name is Adedina. Melvin will be joining us soon. He's doing something, but he'll be here in the next about 20 minutes. But before then, I am welcomed by one of my good friends, one of my friends that I've known for a few years. Went to high school together. Actually, like not many people from Dulles High School is where I went to, came to UNT, and he's one of the few ones. Literally from the beginning, since the beginning, he's been here. Welcome by Orlando, one of the best guests we've ever had. Finally got him back. He be busy. You see. I don't know. You can't see the whole fit, but my man's corporate America. Dressed. Big man things and all. How you been, man?
I've been good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How's corporate life? How's that?
It's good, man. I mean, it's definitely a culture shock simply because you go from being able to do whatever you want, whenever you want, to like a ridiculously structured lifestyle.
Really?
And it's just like, I don't know. It's just different. Like deadlines are different. It's not like, oh, I have to study for an exam. Like deadlines are way different. Like they're way more stressful. But I mean, it's
how are they? Okay, so like explain like the rigor of a corporate America, lifestyle per se.
So essentially, I mean, just think of it like this way. You have a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
You expect to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't do my job, you're not getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have to be there until 8, 9, 10 p.m. at night, I'm going to be there until 8, 9, 10 p.m. at night. And like there's no way there's no way around it. Like it's not like, oh yeah, I'll just push this off for tomorrow, or I'll take this test just however I studied or whatever. No, it's like you actually got to sit there and do it. So it's like it's not even so much pressure like, oh, like your boss is like, yeah, you have to do this and you have to be here until you finish it. It's more like that's your job and you got to do it. Okay. So it's just like, yeah, I mean, it's different, but it's not bad. It's not like that every day. So
it's not that every day.
Yeah, no, it's not hell every day. But
okay, well, I mean, I was just very interested in it because I'm not going to corporate America at all. But I think, there are a lot of people who are going into college, like from college straight into corporate America. Melvin's going straight into corporate America. I wish he was here for this conversation. But, I can only imagine how difficult all of this is, especially, like, coming from, like, school, which was, the studying and all that, but, like, now it's, like, work, per se.
Yeah, and it's, like I'm saying, it's not bad. It's not that it's like, you dread waking up every day, because it's not. Like, I went to school for something I felt like I could get excited every day that I woke up for.
Do you like your job?
I do. Okay. I do. And it just comes with the territory. Like you're just there's gonna be those days where it's just like, damn. But like it's not as flashy as everyone makes it out to see. Like it's not like, oh yeah, I'm in corporate America. Like I'm like, no, I don't care where you are, like if you're starting off, it's not as flashy as everyone makes it out to be. Yeah.
Pays good though.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad. It's a salary, right? So it's not about, oh my god, like I don't have hours. As long as you get your job done.
Yeah, so it's like there's days where like I'll be out by like 2, and there's days when I'm out by like 8. Really? But those it I would say it leans more towards the 2 to like 5 area than the 8. Like the 8-10 happens like probably like 2 times twice a week.
But are you in downtown or are you in?
No, so I'm almost in downtown Dallas. Not really on downtown Dallas yet. But yeah, man, it's not bad. Oh, and the commutes.
Yeah. It's terrible.
I cannot stand that.
Really?
Like that's like the first day when I was on my way back from like my first long day, where like I still got like it was long just because of the amount of stuff I did, but I was still out of 5, left at 5. And I had to drive. I was in traffic for like an hour, 20 minutes. I was like, yeah, I hate being an adult.
So where in Dallas do you stay?
So I'm temporarily in Grand Prairie.
Okay.
Temporarily. I'm about to move.
Get your own apartment?
Yeah. So, yeah, that has sucked because Grand Prairie is far.
Yeah, GP is far from here.
It's far.
Well, it's like by Arlington, so it's like a 40-minute drive from here. And I bet,
tough.
Well, it may be that far from like where you work at. It just may be
it's the traffic. The traffic literally makes
you use 12, right? 12.
Yeah. It makes a 20-minute drive an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, because if you drive at night, you'll get there so quickly.
It's like that's why I almost like working late sometimes. It's just like I just get to drive home.
Yeah, I feel and you like to drive fast when you got sticky.
So it's like
got sticky. But I mean, yeah, most definitely. I mean, that was just a. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in like the whole corporate America thing, just because in general, it's different, and I'm far from going into that.
It's different. It's different. I guess it's just like I would definitely say it's not as flashy as people make it out to seem once you make it out. Like, I mean, I'm sure there are some people that it is really like all that in a bag of chips. But like,
do you get like good benefits? Like, do they be feeding y'all?
yeah. So my job actually has like an on campus cafeteria, and I mean, every day is something different. So I get to pull up and I'll get something to eat. So, and they do breakfast and lunch. So it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
It's not bad. I mean, it's far from bad.
Yeah, it's definitely far from bad.
Right next
definitely
to it, if you
far
have to
from
drive
bad.
so far, you probably
Yeah, no. Once I move, I'll be chilling. I'll be fine.
You trying to move to Irving?
I don't know. I really want to move to Dallas.
Dallas.
Just because there's so much going on in Dallas.
Yeah.
Addison, even. Yeah. Addison, there's a lot going on in Addison.
I mean, that's where we go to the pub that we go to.
Yeah. So hopefully one of those areas. But yeah, I mean, it really depends.
Nah, okay, I feel you. I mean, I don't know if there's anything else we could really talk about. I don't know if we just get to the deportes.
Let's do it.
Deportes. Okay, so since Melvin isn't here, we'll stick to just football for now.
Okay.
And I won't stick to the most interesting parts. So let's start off slow.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna. Let me. I was about to bring up something that we're definitely gonna get into, but we are starting to get those teams that are gonna be great, and those teams that are just gonna be mediocre. We're starting to see what those teams are, and we're starting to see the teams that were faking it from the beginning. The Bengals looked like they were gonna be that team. Now they're 0-3. So I mean, I think that's just a foregone conclusion that they're just gonna be terrible. Little things like the Redskins, who like they were right there last season until J.J. Watt tore Alex Smith's leg into smithereens. So it just felt like, okay, this season let's just get everything back to normal. They got Case Keenum, who is the definition of a game manager, but it just seems like it's not clicking. I mean, they're missing a lot of O-line pieces. I'm hearing. AP is still like he's age is finally getting to him.
Mm-hmm.
So it just seems like they're not there yet, and they're gonna be that team in the NFC. What is that? What are they? NFC East. NFC East that people are just gonna abuse. Case Keenum went from 0 turnovers in the first 2 weeks. I was like, okay. He had like 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Like, okay. They threw 3 in Chicago. Chicago. Hey, man. Keep telling y'all. They're going to go as far as Mitchell Trubisky is going to take them. And he had 3 touchdowns last week. Granted, he threw a stupid interception. But when you have 3 touchdowns and that great of a defense, you're going to win every week.
That's the thing, though. To me, he played great. Or not even great.
Great's high praise.
He played good. He played good. But who was it against? Like, it was against the Redskins to me. So, I take that with a grain of salt simply because, sure, his team is good. His defense is good because I'm not even too convinced on that offense. I'm
not convinced on that offense because teams know that Trubisky's not a threat, so they go in already game planning for Howard and I forget their other running back. Cohen is really much like Cohen's a great offensive piece. Robinson's a great receiver for them, but who's gonna throw to Robinson?
And that's the thing. Like no one. Like I don't and not even Trubisky. Like I don't look at that offense, and it's not like one person is like, okay, yeah, if they can get him the ball, if he can make a couple plays, like they could do something. Like Trubisky doesn't scare me. At all. None of their receivers scare me.
No, Robinson's really good.
He's good, but he's
I believe Cohen's the other one, or receiver. He's a running back.
Yeah, I mean, but like even then, it's just like those are guys you like to have around a good player. So like if it was like a Carson Wentz and he had a Cohen, then that'd be different.
I think if Trubisky was good enough, they would be a little bit. We would rate them a little bit more
for sure.
So like maybe give them to like an Aaron Rodgers. Let's see what they really do.
Because like the closest comparison I can think of is like when the Broncos won the Super Bowl with that defense. Like Peyton Manning was he was a game manager. He was a game manager. And
Peyton Manning was terrible.
But they had I believe it was Demaryius Thomas, and he scared you at that moment in time.
Yeah.
And they had
CJ Anderson,
they had
was still cold.
So like, and like when I compare that to who the Bears have, it's like
that's true.
It just doesn't stack up.
That's a good point. That's a good point because I think the defense that the Broncos have may be just as good as this Bears one. No. I think the Bears one is just as good as the Broncos one.
Bears defense is
because I think the only reason we don't really put them in that upper echelon is like the greatest defenses are there's a Tampa Bay one from 1 year.
Yeah, I think it was 2002.
There's those defenses that we remember. That Broncos one is one that we definitely remember. The Cardinals at a point were like that. I just think they don't win enough. So I think if they won enough, we will put them up there because Khalil Mack,
baller.
He's a dog.
Baller.
Like what he was doing to Case Keenum, like he should have been reprimanded for it. That was really, really bad.
I mean, not even him. I mean, you got Danny Trevathan on that team, which is
and the issue is like compare him to like the Rams. The Rams are very good up front, but then back there, like Akeem Talib hasn't been the same. Marcus Pierce hasn't been the same. The difference is when your front four, or really when you have Aaron Donald, you're not even gonna get the chance to even throw. The issue with the Bears is that front four is great. And then even if you do get to throw the ball, they have dogs in the secondary.
Everyone on that defense is insane,
bro.
But like that, then it's like, then again, like your defense can only do so much.
Only so much.
So then it's like, what can Mitchell Trubisky do for us?
Because it's like what the Eagles did.
So like to me, their ceiling would probably be like a first round, like exit? a wild card exit again. I don't see them winning a game. I mean, if you look at the NFC, goodness, like, both conferences are stacked.
But what's the great NFC defense this year, other than the Cowboys?
I mean, I don't know if I would say great, but then it's just like
because defensively, I don't know too many teams that could oppose them.
Yeah, I mean,
like that could because if I'm saying that because like if it comes out like. I think their defense will be able to stop pretty much any offense. So what defense is going to hopefully just be like that, like nullifying, like the Bears aren't going to do anything this game other than the Cowboys.
And but to me, like, okay, so like I was saying, like the defense can only take you so far. And like it's not even so much as what defenses are in the NFC. It's more like your defense can hold a team to like 10 points. Mm-hmm. But they got beat by the Packers 10-3 opening day. Yeah. So it's like...
But the Packers defense is good this season.
It is. But like that's kind of where I'm going. Like, even if you hold someone for 10 points and Mitchell Trubisky gets held at 3.
Yeah.
Like...
I mean, yeah.
So, like, that's why, to me, like, I see first round, like, wild card exit. To me, that'd probably be their ceiling. I mean, maybe they could win one. Mm-hmm. But, I don't know. The NFC is stacked.
I will say... We're still in week 3. And I'm still hoping... Mr. Trubisky... I really, really like him because he has many, many glimpses of showing what he could be. He's actually a mobile quarterback that can run.
Yeah.
He's big. He's just not accurate, and he doesn't have that decision-making. But all I'm saying is if somehow, because this is week 4 we're going into, there's still 13 more weeks. If somehow, some way, he could get the confidence to do something, I think they could really, really compete in the long run. Because the only way Mr. Trubisky can, like, unless it's himself, can really be up there with everybody else is if these, if the coaching schemes around him, kind of like what they do for Dak. Because at the end of the day, like, we know Dak is not, like, the most accurate thrower. But let's put him in a position to where receivers are open, so no matter where he throws it, it's going to get to him. Let's not try to make him do the 30-yard bombs, the 4-yard bombs. Yeah. Let's kind of dink and dunk with him and use the running a little bit more, but basically try to take the load off of him a little bit more.
No, I mean, I'm
not. The line's also not great.
Yeah, no, like I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, like by any means. Like I would say he's
middle of the pack.
Middle of the pack, maybe borderline on the higher side of the middle.
Sometimes. I think his defense gets him a little bit more credit.
Yeah, they do, but I mean, like
because he gets the ball a lot.
like I was saying, like the best team I could compare them to would probably be the Broncos, simply because that the defense is legit.
Difference is, I guess, the Broncos, their run game was crazy that year. They had one of the best run games last season. Let's speak on this Jalen Ramsey issue, because it pertains to us. I guess so we recorded last Wednesday, but we spoke on how he was going to play the next day. He got exposed against the Titans, who didn't play well, but he played absolutely horrendous. I don't know if he just played bad or he just didn't want to be there. And now he's saying he has a back injury or he was sick or something, but he still wants to demand for a trade. But the Jaguars still want to keep him. They're trying to give him a big lump sum deal. What would you do at this point from both sides?
Okay, so if I'm Jalen Ramsey, I leave. Simply because, so the report that I read was, it basically said that it all started with that fight he had with his head coach, and apparently they made up, and they're cool.
Yeah. The
beef he has is with Tom Coughlin. I want to say he's a GM or president of football operations, something like. He pulls some kind of strings in the front offices. So so the beef he has is with him because Jalen said he felt disrespected.
By what?
Because if you know Tom Coughlin is just no BS.
Yeah, no BS. Yeah.
He's just kind of
you used to be with the Giants.
The Giants, yeah, and he ran out I think it was one of the Barber brothers. He ran him off or something so he's that no nonsense kind of guy, my way or the highway kind of thing. So that's kind of what I'm like. And then if you look at just the Jaguar situation,
their team,
yeah,
how good they're gonna
be. If Nick Foles was still playing, I stay. I would say you keep him on both sides.
He's not bad. He's no. He's had many glimpses of wait, what is going on?
But how many times do we see that from a rookie quarterback? The first couple of games, there's no film on him. No one's ever planned for this guy. And then the first couple of games, he just starts going off, and then they kind of just they plateau a little bit. They kind of when Case Keenum was with the Vikings, he had that insane season, and then there was just kind of yeah, maybe.
And then they gave
not
him a great
so much.
defense. And
yeah.
They folded.
So I don't if I'm Jalen Ramsey, I want out simply because you can probably win. You can probably go get paid too, and unfortunately that would probably be the Chiefs. They have the money right now and they need a DB, and you'd probably win, or at least you'd have the best chance of winning.
Right now, they would easily compete. It would make them the only team that's going to compete with.
The Patriots.
Yeah. Because right now, the Chargers are still not. They haven't found their footing. Speaking of the Chargers, Melvin Gordon's probably gonna be playing for them next week. Report just came out 2 minutes ago. He said he won't play this week, but he'll probably play next week. They haven't found their feet yet. I think they're 1-2, or I don't even think they won the game.
No, they're 1-2.
They lost to the Lions. They lost to us.
They won the first game.
Basically, they haven't found their foot. They went from 12-4 to 1-2.
Yeah, they beat the Colts first.
They beat the Colts. Yeah. Okay. So, in general, there's not too much competition in the AFC.
I think there is. I just think there's tiers. There's levels to it.
That's what I mean.
The first level is like Patriots, Chiefs, and even then, I still think the Patriots are still a little bit ahead.
But that's why I'm saying there's no competition as in we all know who's going to the Super Bowl this season. It's just it's not even disrespectful.
Well, from the AFC side, from the NFC side, I can't tell you who is going.
AFC side, Tom Brady he's playing better than he was playing last season. How is that possible?
That defense is ridiculous.
How is that possible?
Then again, though, I feel like we haven't. Who have the Patriots gone up against? We've seen them go up against the Dolphins. That's a bye week. The Jets. No. I think they're going up against the Jets this week.
They just played the Jets.
Oh, they just played the Jets.
You're right. They were beating them handily, and then the Jets started scoring points.
Yeah,
that 14.
They took out Tom Brady. That's why they did.
They did.
They were playing Jared Stidham. So it's they've played the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Steelers.
They played Steelers week 1 though. So it's not like how they are now, where James Conner's hurt, Big Ben's out.
I don't know. I just
they
feel
played
like
them fresh.
I just feel like we haven't seen them go up against someone who's like at least like respectable.
Mm-hmm.
And like for example, I would love to see them go up against Buffalo, simply because that's I know that's a respectable team.
Yeah.
And then kind of just depending on how they play them, because I mean I don't know the Patriots schedule off the top of my head. I don't know.
We'll get to them for sure. Mm-hmm.
So I mean I don't know. Like
to go back to this Jalen Ramsey thing. So you say let him go, but mm-hmm.
So yeah. So if I'm Jalen, let me go. Let me go win and let me get paid.
But what do you do if you're the Jaguars?
If I'm the Jaguars, try to keep him no matter what. I would honestly, I would say I'd fire Coughlin before I let Ramsey go.
I don't think he's that good. I don't know if he's that good.
He's the type of player where if you put him out, he will eliminate whoever you want on that offense any given day.
Except OBJ.
He got the best of D-Hop like about 2 weeks ago.
He did.
So it's like
50 yards.
So it's like he's that kind of player.
He is.
So it's just like.
But I don't know if you get rid of a GM type of good.
But like, I don't know. I guess I'm just not a fan of Coughlin, simply because like.
You're not a fan of his attitude.
I'm not a fan of his attitude. It's just like it's his way or the highway, and it's like, well, what have you done with that? And it's like 2 Super Bowls, but like they were like really miracle Super Bowls, really like so it's just kind of like I don't know if I'm about that. So like that's why I would say I'd let Coughlin go before I let Ramsey go. But of course, if I'm the Jaguars, I'd try to keep him no matter what.
But I think if you can flip for 2 first rounders, I think that's worth it.
I even like 1 first rounder and then
he's way better.
If a second Cooper's or a third,
if Amari's 1,
that is true.
Is a first round pick. He is at least 2.
That's true.
Amari is not even top 7 wide receivers. Yeah. I would put Cooper Kupp over him a little bit. So
yeah, I guess.
So if he is a number 1 overall pick, I mean if he's a first round pick, then he's at least 2. Because Jalen Ramsey is the second best corner in the league.
Who's first?
Stephon Gilmore.
Okay, I was about to say. Yeah, no, Stephon Gilmore.
And that's not. And that's even if Jalen may actually be like top 3 because what's his name? Fuller. No, Fuller's a safety or cornerback from the Bears.
From the Bears, I want to say he's a safety. I don't quote me on that.
They do have a center back that is a dog on their team.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's a lot of great corners right now. Like there's a lot of great corners.
We're definitely in a D end era. We're definitely in a. Well, I won't say we have that many corners. I just say like we're having a lot of like good secondaries all around.
I just don't think we've seen this many like elite DBs. Like because
there was a time when we had like Akeem Talib and Daryl Reeves at a point, and then Stephon Gilmore was just coming.
But it's always been like 2 or 3. Yeah, like 3 tops, and like that third one is like.
Yeah. So I mean, now we have a solid 3 already.
Yeah, and then,
plus some.
Yeah. So.
I mean that's true. If I'm the Jaguars, I just draft him. I'm trading for 2 first rounders if I can. If not, a first, second, a 5th, I'll take that. Because they have a great defense. Teams have shown that you don't need a great secondary to win, so you can invest that in maybe a good D line. Because if we're being honest, the Jaguars are in no rush to win now.
No, they're not.
Even though people are saying Leonard Fournette may get desperate and want out if they don't win soon, but he's not even playing well.
He hasn't shown anything.
So they're really no rush. Like they're teams to where like they need to win now. Cowboys, they need to do something. They need to win the next. They need to win this year. For me, if I'm really being honest with you.
I mean, and I'm sure we'll talk about that later, but. Yeah, I don't think the Jaguars are in any rush, and that defense is getting old. So I mean,
moving on. Do you think the Dolphins go 0-16? Granted, never mind. The Giants probably still beat them. So do you think they go 0-16?
Honestly, yeah. There is no life on that team. No life on that team.
They play the Bills next. They're gonna lose.
That's a loss.
The Steelers. They may beat the Steelers.
I think the Steelers would get that one.
Why is that a primetime game? That's a Monday primetime game.
Not watching.
The only team that they could beat, I just scrolled through their whole thing, is the Bengals. Bengals.
I don't even think they beat the Bengals.
I don't even know. And they play the Bengals later in the season, if that matters. Yeah, you think 0-16?
I honestly think 0-16. That team is horrible.
They're horrendous.
It's a bye week. If you're playing them, it's a bye week. It's just like put a W on the board.
Are the Packers a real deal?
I think. I don't want to say it. I'm almost too scared to say it. Mm-hmm. But I almost want to say they're the favorite to come out of the NFC. Like, I know it's not like the smart pick or the flashy pick. But it's like, it's almost like they have a defense. They still have Aaron Rodgers. Devontae Adams has been chilling this whole time. Like, hasn't really had one of those big games. Mm-hmm. Aaron Jones is back there. Like they've been winning, and like the biggest thing for me is that defense. Like, that defense is they finally have one.
Because it didn't even matter who Aaron Rodgers had. He was gonna make it work. So it was just that other side of the ball that he cannot play on. Get that for me.
He was winning games doing miracles. So now that was almost like every game he was doing something ridiculous. Mm-hmm. And then it's just like now he'll only have to do that every once in a while. So it's just like I mean, I don't know. Like, there's the Cowboys, there's the Rams, there's the Saints. If they can keep it afloat until Drew Brees comes back, now. Yeah. So like, I mean, and there's more teams in the NFC, but like, it's just like, I don't know. I want to say they're the favorite simply because I think Aaron Rodgers is out of all the quarterbacks in the NFC, he's the baddest one, and he finally has a defense. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, I don't know. I think they're legit. They're the real deal.
I tend to agree with you. I think he had a shaky beginning with the Bears. I believe he played the Vikings, and then they just played. They just played the Broncos, to where they were beating them like 21-0 at point, and they're like, yeah, just chill out. Mm-hmm. I'm still hesitant. I need them to play. They play the Cowboys pretty soon. Play Cowboys in 2 weeks.
That'll be it.
They play the Eagles tomorrow. Those are games. After those 2 games, I'll be able to. They play the Chiefs. Oh my God. They play the Chiefs Chargers, back to back. So those are the games that I'm gonna fully give my opinion on. I tend to agree with you. I can't necessarily say they're favorites yet because the Cowboys are firing on all cylinders right now.
So to me, out of those 2 games, because I'm not too high on the Chargers. So to me, if it's out of the Cowboys and the Chiefs, if you pair those games, if they can split, if they can get 1 win, 1 loss, I think they're the real deal. If they lose both, then I all of a sudden don't think of them as good anymore. But if they can split, and I don't think it necessarily matters who they lose to, I just think if they can split,
both games are away.
I still want them to split.
Yeah, they should beat the Cowboys.
And again, like, it doesn't matter to me who they lose to. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of if they can get a win out of those 2 games.
I would say it'll be more impressive if they beat the Chiefs.
By far. Especially if it's an Arrowhead.
If both games are a shootout, there should be no reason you lose to the Cowboys. But if both games are a shootout, the Chiefs, they give you your money, and they just showed it this past week. If we want to get to a shootout, we can get to a shootout. So I'm not crowning them yet because yes, the Cowboys still look that good. Seattle folded last week against the Saints.
They're still there though.
They are still there. Those are my and the Rams are just. Jared Goff played absolutely horrendous against the Browns, and they still won.
Yeah.
It's just Aaron Donald is really just a game changer.
Yeah.
It's really sad that just him by himself is that much of a game changer. So those 4 teams are for me the number 1 teams. Wait, are those all? Those are all the different divisions. Wow. Actually, no, because I didn't pick somebody from the Seattle's the Saints division. So I think it's Seattle and Rams are in one division, right?
Yeah, they are. And that division to me is insane right now. It's crazy.
The 49ers are trying to get there.
They're there though. They're there.
Garoppolo's playing terrible.
Yeah, but like that defense, all of a sudden it's like, okay, they have a decent defense, and that run game.
They had a decent defense last year.
That run game, UNT kid, Jeff Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
4 touchdowns in 2 games.
Hey man, Kyle Shanahan, you're supposed to be the offensive mastermind.
I don't know.
You gotta speak that up.
It might be one of those things where like they're just 3-0 and then they're just gonna fall off.
They're not playing well.
But and that's the thing. Like they're not playing well and they're winning games.
Who they played? Tampa. They played.
Tampa's respectable.
No, they're not. Bro.
They're respectable.
No, they're not.
Respectable.
Don't do that. Do not do that. They're not respectable. I need to see who they play before.
Bengals and Steelers were the other 2 games.
Bro, come on.
That's the thing though. Like
those are all. The Steelers are 0-3. Bengals are 0-3.
Okay, well,
Bucks are 1-2.
Well, one they blew out the Bengals like you should.
The Bengals are terrible.
But you should blow them out, and they did blow them out.
Okay.
And then Steelers. I mean, you want to win that game. They win it. I mean, it's just like you in the NFL. It's like
and the Steelers went down to a game-winning drive.
It did, and it's just like. But in the NFL, it's like they have that saying like it doesn't matter how you win a game, like as long as you win it.
Cool. And don't try that because they have 2 games in their division that they could lose. I mean, 4 games in the division that they could lose. That's already 4. And there's always gonna be those little games that you're gonna mess up here and there.
So honestly, like if you look at their schedule, like it could be.
Who they play?
So you got the Browns, which is winnable.
It's winnable.
You got the Rams. You'll probably take a loss on that one.
They're losing both times.
You got the Redskins. That's a W. The Redskins are just bad.
I guess.
You got the Panthers, which you could lose that one. You could lose that one. Cardinals depends. I mean,
if they should win both those, but I see them splitting.
Yeah, I see a split too.
I see them splitting.
I see them losing both Seattle games.
Exactly. So we already said 5 games right there.
But then it's just like I don't know. It's just like I think they can. Like it wouldn't surprise me at all if they squeak in with like a 9-7 record, like wild card 9-7, like, and then it'll be like kind of like the Texans who like they just sneak in and then they get destroyed first game. So
that's
like
we have easy
that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. So like I'm not saying like they're legit, but I mean that they're keeping it interesting.
They are similar to the Bills 0-3.
3-0.
Sorry, 3-0. They're similar to the Bills 3-0.
I'd take the Bills over the Niners though.
That's what I was about to ask you. I would take the Bills over the Niners because
all day.
Josh Allen you don't know what you're getting with him.
You don't know what you're getting
week
him, but that defense is another one that's
exactly
like it's legit.
Like you don't know if he's gonna run this today. You don't know if he's gonna throw today.
He can win you a game and he can lose you a game.
That's actually probably the perfect way to put it.
He'll win you or lose you a game, and
I think they could split with the Patriots.
As long as he can win. I
know they always have that one fluke game.
I can see that. I can see like an ugly like 10-6 win in Buffalo, like especially if it's in the cold.
Well, then Foxborough's cold.
That's true, but it just gets ugly in Buffalo. Like it's just always like.
And they're always like an ugly ass primetime game. I'm like, why am I watching this?
And it's like, I don't know. I can see them splitting though.
The Falcons are proving to be frauds.
Trash.
I thought that Eagles win was a big deal, but then I realized they were 1 yard away from probably losing that game. So, I'm going to say they're frauds. But you know who are frauds? Colts. Hey, buddy. You got to wake up. That boy Jacoby, you got to wake up.
I've honestly felt like he's always just been good. And I was almost like part of me, like when we saw him, I think it was last season, the season before that. Yeah. I was almost like, why are you accepting to play behind Andrew Luck, who's like, he's still young, he's still in his prime. Like, this guy's a pretty good quarterback, like pretty damn good. So I didn't really understand why.
I mean, the Texans know that he's a pretty good quarterback because when he came to
He let us know.
He came to Houston. It was embarrassing.
So no, I'm a believer of Jacoby. I'm a believer.
And their defense is decent, but that Miller kid.
Yeah.
Not kid. Jesus, I'm talking like I'm old. Miller's decent. T.Y. Hilton just went down though. So that's gonna be tough.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I'm a believer of Jacoby himself. I'm a believer of that defense to a certain extent. Mm-hmm. Just the pieces around Jacoby don't really excite me.
Vikings are once again showing that you don't know what you're gonna get with this team.
I don't believe in them whatsoever.
I don't know. The Raiders are just terrible.
Yeah.
Honestly, Dalvin Cook is great though. Dalvin Cook, I believe, is leading in rushing this season. He's playing great.
He's balling.
Thielen and Stephon Diggs are having very, 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 very quiet seasons.
Mm-hmm.
I think Thielen only had that one touchdown from
this last game. Yeah.
Thielen went from he was averaging a touchdown last season, a game like per game, because I had him in fantasy and it was great every week.
I don't even know if that's as much Thielen. That's just Kirk Cousins for you. Like he'll be good for you and he'll have.
That's actually a good point. Somebody brought up a question. They said, would you rather Flacco, Case Keenum, or Kirk Cousins?
That's tough. I mean, I'd honestly, I'd probably say Case Keenum.
I don't know. I'll look you take Kirk.
Kirk is just like they're all guys. Well, no, not so much Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco is he's a game manager now. But to me, I think Case Keenum and Kirk Cousins both have that. They're like if you want like the perfect mediocre quarterback, that's them.
I think Kirk's a little bit better than that though.
But I just feel like Case Keenum has that. Like, at least if it's 1 year, if we're not talking like I want to sign this guy to multiple years, if we're talking about one, if we're talking about 1 year, who I want, I'm going Case, simply because I feel like he has that swagger to him. He's just like, give him 1 season, he'll go off. Just don't keep him for the next season because he'll be trash.
I mean, we saw what he just did against his Bears defense. They didn't even look like he wanted to be there.
That's the Bears,
but he didn't even look like he wanted to be.
That's the
Bears. But then again, Khalil Mack was screaming on him the whole game. But did you see the type of picks he was throwing? It wasn't like it was like people just picking that man off.
And to me, just Kirk Cousins is just there's just nothing that excites me about him. It's just like even in the beginning when he was in Washington, he was putting up crazy numbers. It's like, are you winning though? It's like,
Washington has been Kirk paid.
So that's why I'm just like, I don't know. I'd rather take Case Keenum, but I mean, I wouldn't blame you if you took Kirk. Like it's kind of 50-50.
I'll say a little bit more 60-40. We were talking about the Patriots, kind of. We'll talk about the incident that happened eventually. The Lions haven't lost yet, and their defense is legit because when you have Matt Patricia, you should be. But they play the Chiefs next week. That's going to be very tough on them. They barely beat the Chargers. They beat the Eagles. They're always that team that they're never going to win. Yeah. Some years they're good. They're literally the definition of an 8-8 team.
Like that to me is the perfect description of who the Lions are. Like they're that one team that's like annoying because it's just like if you play them, they could have that 1 week where they're just going to destroy you. And then they have that other week where it's just like it's a dub. But like they can ruin a team's playoff hopes and they won't make the playoffs. So I mean they don't excite me at all. Like it's just they're just kind of one of those teams that they're just kind of
they're in the deepest division. It's them, Vikings, Packers, and I literally just had the name right now. So it's Packers, Vikings, Lions, and the Bears. They're in the worst division. So that doesn't help because those are 6 games that you do not know which way they're gonna go.
I mean, I think
they're gonna lose both. Yeah, the Bears.
Yeah,
they could probably split with the Packers. The Lions defense is.
I'd say they lose both to the Packers and they can split with the Bears.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all 3 options.
I think you should beat Vikings both home and away.
I don't know. Vikings aren't that bad. The Vikings aren't that bad. The Vikings are just swaggerless. That's the issue.
That is true.
They have all those cool colors for no reason. They're just like the Dulles Vikings. Yeah. Speaking of the Lions, they just beat the Eagles, and the Eagles are just
that's a team I just can't seem to figure out what like.
Granted, they didn't have what's his face. They didn't have two people this week. Who's their number one receiver? They didn't have Alshon Jeffrey.
Yeah.
They didn't have somebody else.
No, I think Alshon did play. Deshaun Jackson hasn't been playing.
But both of them.
Yeah, both of them.
Both of them are hurt. Deshaun didn't play. If Alshon came on, he probably.
That's the thing. Like 2 games have been literally they've been given away because the receivers can't catch a ball. Mm-hmm. Like so, like if
especially one of them.
So
say his name, please, please. This man needs to be called out. Because you're my fantasy bozo.
I'm not gonna be like that guy in the Philadelphia News. Did you see that?
Oh yeah. He was throwing them kids out. I was catching them all like Aguilar.
Yeah,
bro.
No, so like I don't know, like because they could easily be 3-0, and then we'd be sitting here having a completely exactly. But then it's just like I don't know if that's just who they are, or if it's just couple of tweaks here and there, and then all of a sudden they're.
Why aren't you catching it when it's hot? When it gets cold, it's gonna be harder. It's gonna be hard to catch that ball.
I don't know. Like they're just a team. I guess I just haven't seen enough of. Like I want to see 1 or 2 more games, and then I can feel like
by week 7 is when I can get my final assessment.
I'd probably even go as early as week 5.
Okay.
I'd probably think
Let me see who they play.
that'd be enough just to tell me who they are. But I mean.
They play next. They play
the Packers next. So,
that wasn't a good game.
So
to come back.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't necessarily say they have to win that game, but if they can just show me that they can like if it's a shootout, keep up. If it's a defensive showdown, then like keep it close. Mm-hmm. Like don't. If you get blown out though, then this team is.
I would say that next week isn't the week to show us who you are. They play the Jets, and they play the Vikings. Those 2 games you just show me some. Because then you play the Cowboys. Then you play the Bills. Then you play the Bears. Then you play the Patriots. Then you play the Seahawks. That's back to back to back.
Okay, but how so say they lose this next game against the Packers, right?
1-3.
They're 1-3. Then you say they have the Jets and the Vikings. Mm-hmm. You should win both. You go. You're 3-3, and then now you're basically
come to Arlington.
Then from then on it's a new season. You're 3-3, and then you got a good slate of teams coming your way.
I don't even know. Okay, of those 5 games, so that's Cowboys, Bills, Bears, Patriots, Eagles. How many think they can win? That's back to back to back to back. How many think you can win?
I think they can get 2.
2? Against who?
I think they can
other than the
2.
Cowboys?
I think they can steal one from the Cowboys.
Cowboys and Bills. But they may go on a 3-game losing
streak. And I think they can beat the Bills too.
So Cowboys and Bills. But it's also in Arlington. It's a primetime game in Arlington. They really don't lose those.
I mean, it can go either way. Like we both know that game is going to be close. Mm-hmm. Like that won't be a blowout. Mm-hmm. And well, at least we hope.
Hopefully.
And I see them taking one. I can see them winning that. But like it's just kind of just how the NFC East is. Like it's hard to sweep unless it's the Redskins. Mm-hmm. Like I can see them losing the other one in Philadelphia, but I can see them winning both, especially if they lose this next game against the Packers. I can easily see them winning that game. If they win this one, which would give me a whole different perspective.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think they.
Yeah,
they're not.
Me neither. But I feel like especially if they lose this one, they'll be desperate, and I think they can win it.
Did you just see that
I'm reading it right now.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Basically, Jalen Ramsey is gonna be with his family. Yeah.
He just had a fever, and now he wants to be with his dog.
Yeah, of course. The Eagles basically have that 5-game tough streak. I think by then the Bills may be exposed by then, and they're not as good as they are right now. But for now, they're a team that you do not want to see on your schedule.
Well, I mean, just.
But for now, the Eagles definitely need to. They lost 2 games that they should have won. They should be 3-0 because now you don't have that cushion to lose any games at this point. Any important games.
You have to win at least 2 of the next 3.
Mm-hmm. And you don't even know if Carson Wentz is going to be the rest of the season.
And no Nick Foles.
Exactly. So it's almost like, hey, you gotta show me something. Moving on. Panthers. Hey man, that backup came in and said, hey, I may have a replacement.
So I can't remember who it was we were just talking about. That I was like, oh, it was Minshew.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually gonna go a different route here. I actually believe in this kid.
Really?
I don't think he's like Minshew. I actually think this dude was like, I remember watching highlights of this kid in high school, and like he was just crazy. He was just crazy, and I can't remember, I think it was A&M where he went. Just he was pretty good, just not like nothing too special. And then he went to go be Cam Newton's backup, but I don't know. I feel like this guy is the real deal. Like there's just something about him. I feel like he's the real deal. And I know I said it's completely contrary to what I said to Minshew, but I don't know. Like I just the way he played this last week, it was just like it was different. If Cam Newton comes back healthy, I'm playing Cam.
So he's not playing this week.
Yeah.
And it's unlikely he's probably gonna play the week after that.
And that's a luxury to me. Like you keep him in there until Cam is 100%. But when Cam is good and he's good to go, he plays. I am not benching him.
I think even though he plays, he's still on thin ice.
Yeah,
you have to show me something.
I would say that. I could say I can agree to that. I just don't feel like there's like all this talk of just bench Cam or whatever, and then
it's a little bit
like that's a bit much. Like Cam Newton is a baller. He can still play. He can still win you games. Mm-hmm. But if he comes back 100%, and it has to be 100%, because if he comes back like
he always comes back kind of hurt.
Yeah. So, but if he comes back good, which I feel like they can afford to wait for him to come back good, and then he still plays bad, then I can see why you'd be like, yeah, get this guy out of here.
Yeah, I see that. Cardinals are still not. Well, Kyler Murray's O-line doesn't care about him, I should say. That's what I really mean. I believe they haven't won a game yet, right?
I think they're like
they're 0-2-1.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray still hasn't found his feet yet. Granted, there's really no rush per se. There's really no rush per se. It's just like, okay, like we're in week 3 now, buddy. Like, people are really gonna give you 1 year. Once year 2 comes around, Cardinals are gonna be in that Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes if you're not playing well.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. Like when I'm looking at their schedule here, like up next they have the Seahawks. I do not expect them to win that. So that would be
it's just forfeit.
That would be 0-3-1. But then they have the Bengals, then they have the Falcons, then they have the Giants. Those are 3 winnable games.
I'm not sure about the Giants one. Oh, without Saquon.
Those are 3 winnable. So I mean, and it's not like Kyler Murray has played bad. It's just been like he's gotten no help from his O-line whatsoever. And then like and I guess the one thing I'm holding on to is the way he came back week 1. Mm-hmm. They were dead. Mm-hmm. They were dead, and he by himself came back and brought them back into that game. So that to me tells me like there's something in him that he has that, like, I guess like that Deshaun Watson factor. Like he can like by himself he can keep you in a game. So that's why, like, I don't know. Say okay, they lose the next one, 0-3-1, and then miraculously they win the next 3. They're 3-3-1.
I don't think they'll win all 3. I know they won't win all 3.
But they could.
I guess theoretically they could.
Like they could. Those aren't games where I can like just straight up tell you, yeah, they're not winning one of those games. They're alive in each of those games. So I don't know. Like
all 3 games are winnable. Yes.
Like so far, I guess within I know it's only 3 games. But I've seen enough from Kyler where it's just like, even if he's not as good this year, we go again next year. Like,
yeah, but if he's not good next year, Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes.
That is true.
Put me in that raffle because everybody.
Oh yeah.
And I mean everybody is going to be in the Trevor Lawrence sweepstakes if their quarterback is showing little glimpses of messing up. Okay, let me just tank because that kid.
This just literally just came to my head. It hasn't been something I've been thinking about. You know what would be the craziest thing? Tom Brady plays 2 more seasons, retires, and then
they like
They
draft
find a way to get him.
Nah. Don't put thoughts like that in my head.
All right. Well, yeah.
Don't put thoughts like that in my head. But I mean, like the first few years will be kind of tough, but then maybe the first year may be tough, and the second year may just be like, all right, this guy's like the truth. But speaking of college football, actually, did you watch the UCLA Washington State game?
It didn't make sense.
Probably one of the most entertaining third, fourth quarters I've ever watched in my life. If you didn't watch the game, UCLA was down by 32 halfway into the third quarter. And their quarterback had like 7 touchdowns by that point or something like that. 7 touchdowns by himself. Long story short, UCLA comes back. But by that time, he has 9 touchdowns. One man has 9 touchdowns in one game. People don't get that in like seasons, low key. Like no boost, people don't get that in seasons. He got that in one game. Unfortunately, they get 2 drives back to back, both leads to fumbles. UCLA comes back down 32 and wins that game. That UCLA quarterback, he has something in him. He was hurt that game, and he still pulled through and still won that game.
Yeah, I mean that to me was just really like, and I don't know where your take is on this, but
I'm also a UCLA fan. Go Bruins.
If I could choose, like if someone told me, would you rather watch, like for the rest of your life, if you could only watch one, NFL or college, I would tell you NFL. But if you ask me which one's more fun to watch, I would say college.
But it's just more fun because there's more mistakes. It's not like because people try to act like the quality of football is better.
No.
It's just because they're kids. They're gonna miss stupid tackles for no reason. People are gonna have big runs.
It's a lot more exciting to watch. But the NFL is just like you're watching the greatest product. Like
and it's also not
best
like
quality.
Interesting because like the same teams are good every year. Like for the next 5 years, it's going to we may see a slump in Alabama a little bit next season. Trevor Lawrence still has 2 more years. So, at least for the foreseeable future, we know who the number 1 and number 2 is going to be. Georgia's trying to kind of sneak into there. Who else is trying to sneak into there that I'm missing?
There's like OU, LSU.
Ohio, right?
Ohio.
They're about to lose Jalen Hurts also. So, there's teams like just outside. The top 3 is Georgia, Clemson, and Alabama.
But even then, it's just like the NFL. Like if the Bills and the Bengals are playing, I'm probably not watching that
exactly.
game. But if I don't know, you name it, like 2 schools that are not even
and UCF. I don't know.
Yeah, like just something that's like simple. Like even that is like just based off of what's going on in the game, not so much the quality or the players. Like just what's going on in the game. Mm-hmm. It's funner to watch.
Yeah, most definitely. If I can watch Last Chance U and be gripped.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. Going back, I guess, to this just in. I like that. Thank you. Melvin Gordon will
Thursday.
be back. Thank you, but he won't play this week probably.
Yeah, he won't.
Hopefully he does. I wouldn't mind if he does, because it'll be the week after he played us. Speaking of us, let's get out the way, man.
Okay. Hold on.
Speak on
this.
it.
This is what I was talking about earlier.
Speak on it.
Okay, so everyone has been talking about Patrick Mahomes, and rightfully so.
Wait,
you know.
Wait, I don't like what's
hold on. Hold on. Hear me out. Everyone has been talking about Patrick Mahomes. All right, hold on.
I'm gonna be quiet.
Compose myself. Okay, everyone's been talking about Pat Mahomes, rightfully so. The dude, best quarterback in the league right now, by far. To me, though, if Deshaun had the same O-line or an O-line that was even just a little bit better, Deshaun would be just as good, if not better.
I think you're being emotional.
Look.
I think you're being emotional.
No, look.
I think you're being the prisoner of the moment.
This guy has been literally winning games and putting up it. I'm not gonna lie, they're not like insane numbers, but they are.
His rookie year.
Well, his rookie year, yeah, and last year they were decent. They were okay. Like
they didn't scheme the best for his performance.
And last year he averaged like 6-7 sacks a game.
He was sacked the most. He had 63 sacks
season. I mean, this guy takes beatings, and he's constantly running for his life. Mm-hmm. But like best example I can give this against the Chargers, that one play, that one TD, just escaped the pocket. Who knows how? And that's what I'm saying. I feel like if Deshaun got an O-line the way Mahomes does, or if he could just have an average O-line, I feel like he could be just as good, if not better, than
Melvin. Hear this hot take. My bad. Melvin's finally here.
What's the hot take?
Okay, if Deshaun Watson, if he had not even the same O-line as Pat Mahomes, a slightly better line, I think he could be just as good, if not better, than Pat Mahomes.
Why? He doesn't have the same skill set as him.
I think he has the exact same skill set. We're just not seeing it because he's running for his life all the time.
I think you're being emotional.
No, because like he will have those games, like just like this last game against the Chargers, where he just like just those magic moments where he just like, screw it, like I have to do what I got to do. Mm-hmm. But this guy is like, there isn't a play where I see him just peacefully back there. Like
peaceful,
like he's like going through his reads and making the right throw. Mm-hmm. He's constantly running, getting hit. Like that's just like every single play. Mm-hmm. And literally, like what we saw his rookie year when he had Dwayne Brown, left tackle, we were seeing what Deshaun Watson really was. And ever since then, we traded him away. He's putting up it's not bad numbers whatsoever. Like they're average numbers. Mm-hmm. Or I guess you could say like slightly better than average. Mm-hmm. But you give him a decent O-line, I genuinely think like everyone's just forgetting about him simply because our O-line is horrible.
He was about to be what Carson Wentz was the year he was MVP candidate.
He's good, but he's not that good.
Who?
Deshaun Watson.
And you weren't watching Texas.
No, but he wasn't like
you weren't watching
Pat Mahomes. So he was going for 50 touchdowns in the season.
5 touchdowns a game.
Who?
The Seahawks.
Wait, no,
the Patriots.
Like we went to shootouts.
He wouldn't do that against the Patriots.
We got to shootout with the Patriots that season.
No, but y'all wouldn't have. He didn't have 5 touchdowns.
He had like 4.
He had like 3.
It was a shootout. Tom Brady had the game-winning drive.
Tom Brady had to do.
If that game went one more drive, we win that game.
I doubt it.
What do you mean you doubt it?
Bill Belichick is the star.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Why couldn't he do it against the Eagles?
I mean, that was different.
Okay,
because he wanted to get rid of Brady. You don't remember?
No, and
he did. That's why he started.
This is my point, though.
You don't remember?
This is my point, though. Like I feel like
drinking wine. I'm 21 now.
Oh, where's my?
You can get a cup.
No, like, and this is my point, though. This is my point. Like, people are forgetting, or they have already forgotten what Deshaun Watson.
Melvin, I don't say every week what he did his rookie season.
No, he had a good rookie season.
I say it every week.
It was until he got.
I'm just saying, I cannot say that because Patrick Mahomes just had 50 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. I can't say that.
So compare the O-line he had rookie season and now.
Oh no! I mean, he was the most sacked quarterback last season.
Yeah,
that's how bad.
So what happened to all those guys? Did they retire?
No, it started off with when we traded Dwayne Brown to the Seahawks, and then since then we have had no one to protect his blind side whatsoever, and ever since then it's just been downhill from there. But like that's the thing. So like okay, so can we agree that I'm gonna just throw this out there? Can we agree that Dak is like number 2 or number 3 in MVP conversation right now? Mm-hmm. Okay.
2 and 3?
Like number 2 or 3 in the conversation, if not number 2.
He's undefeated.
He's putting up good, insane numbers.
You want to put okay.
Right now, I'll put Pat Lamar and Dak.
Okay, so Pat is in his own. He like if the MVP was awarded today, it'd be his. And then after that, it's a toss up between Lamar or Dak, but I'd give it to Dak.
Or Tom Brady.
I would say Tom Brady, but his defense is really playing well.
Okay, well,
and you know how much I love Tom Brady, but his defense
is top 2, 3.
Yeah, but how many points is the Patriots allowed this season? Like what, 19 or 17?
17.
Okay, so let me put it this way:
in 3 games,
who they played?
But still,
who they played?
They shut out Miami. That was
Miami.
No, but that was allowed 6 points.
Okay. Okay. So we can agree that Dak is in the MVP conversation. Now, do you?
Okay, I'll say he's top 5 in MVP conversation.
I'll say top 5, I guess, but that's because Aaron Donald's over him, in my opinion. Khalil Mack is over him, in my opinion.
I mean, have you seen Dak's numbers?
Okay, probably Aaron Donald.
Khalil Mack is. I don't think.
No, but have you not seen? You're the same one who was telling me about Dak like last week.
Oh, but I say he's great.
Yeah.
But he was underthrowing this past week again.
So
now
again. You don't want to listen to what I was telling you.
I did, but I was saying
when I was telling you he's doing what he's supposed to be doing.
No, but I wasn't saying like he was there. I'm just saying. Hold on. We'll talk about Dak real quick.
I'm gonna just read you his numbers. Okay, so Dak has 920 yards, 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, has a QBR of 90.4. Now, do you think?
QBR is what's okay? Yeah.
Do you think Deshaun is a better quarterback than Dak?
Yes.
Okay, so that's my point. And if Deshaun had just a slightly better O-line, we'd be talking about him in a completely different manner.
I don't think the general football audience will agree that that Deshaun's better than Dak.
I think so. I think
a lot of people would say.
I think so. But and the thing is, like, he's not getting any love, and I mean, he shouldn't. But it's not his fault that his O-line is so bad. It is so bad. And I mean, that was just my hot take. I think Deshaun is Pat Mahomes level.
I think I'm just saying, it's not the worst thing I've heard in the world. I'm just saying, if Deshaun does get those weapons, I don't want to hear nothing. Because we giving them excuses 2 years in a row now. And mind you, he's still 2-1 right now.
There's only so much they can do in one offseason.
I mean, but I'm saying, like, we're giving them excuses. So when you do get those weapons, they're bare. I don't want to hear nothing.
That's what I'm saying. There's only so much you can do because you have to add a whole O-line.
But I'm saying, when he does get that whole O-line,
so
there will be no.
I mean,
excuse.
as for now, he's still gonna have excuses for next couple of years.
This season, as I said, 2 seasons.
No,
this is one of those 2 seasons.
I think come week 7, week 8, I think you can see like a completely different O-line simply because
really why
Laramie Tunsil, they brought him in right before the season started. So and O-line is all about chemistry, like that's what it's all about. And he just started and he's shown
chemistry
and
talent.
He and Tunsil's huge. So like. I think it can work out, and I think you'll see a better version. I mean, as long as he doesn't get hurt. I think you can see who Deshaun Watson really is later in the season. But I'm just saying, don't be surprised when you do see it, because I think he's Pat Mahomes level.
It's not the worst thing I've heard before.
I don't think he's Pat Mahomes level. Pat Mahomes is changing the whole game. That's what he's doing.
The thing is,
you see people starting to do more no looks for no reason.
He did. Deshaun did no look.
Deshaun did a no look. Yeah.
Hey, man.
Somebody else did it too. I can't remember who it was.
Aaron Rodgers, but his was better. His is the best I've seen.
Aaron Rodgers is insane.
Aaron Rodgers is the best I've seen. Like, that was just unnecessary. On the best defense in the league.
It was bad because or it's the best one because how the whole defense shifted.
That's why. Oh, we should go over here. Stupid.
Yeah. That's the only reason why. But I mean, Pat, like, he's on a different level. Talent wise, like, I think he's already surpassed every quarterback in the league right now. Talent wise,
easily. But
I would say he surpassed everybody in their peak years. Maybe not as a career, but in their like peak years. So like Tom Brady, what year was that? The year he got the MVP.
Was it?
Aaron Rodgers.
He's got multiple.
I guess his latest one.
Pick and choose which way.
His latest one.
But that wasn't even that good of a Tom Brady year. It was. He even got it because Carson Wentz was injured.
Yeah, he got hurt.
That's not even Tom Brady's best year.
Aaron Rodgers 2011.
His best year is probably when they went 16.
Drew Brees 2009. Those years, Pat has done similar, if not better, than all of those.
So, what were the numbers of like Rodgers, Brady, Brees on their best years?
I would need to look that up
because I'm pretty sure Brees probably had over 50 touchdowns.
50 is very rare.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because Pat did that. He had 50. That's what I'm saying. Like
if
we're talking about peak.
So like, say like Peyton Manning's like Bronco.
Peyton Manning already knew he had 50. Like,
but I'm saying like judging those type of years. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. What have these other guys had?
But also, Pat also had 12 interceptions, which is also a lot.
But that's 50 to 12 ratio. That's good.
It's still a lot, though.
It's good, though.
Granted, was it 3 of those or 2 of those was against just the Rams alone?
But this year, how many does he have? 0, right?
It's the GOAT.
Yeah.
You know, not many quarterbacks have 0 interceptions. Tom doesn't. Aaron doesn't. I can't say the same thing about Drew Brees, though.
Yeah, because he's scared.
He threw one against Texans first week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was scared. Did you not see they were running right at him?
So he was scared against the Rams also, and he threw that pick to lose an OT. Uh-oh.
Anyways, Pat, he's on a different level right now from all these quarterbacks. And I think if he continues to do what he did, if he has a season like this year, I don't know, man. He might be the best quarterback in the league right now.
He already is.
I mean, in terms, because you can't just give it to him because he hasn't won anything,
Right now, if there's any quarterback you want, who do you want?
Well, because of age.
Regardless.
Because of age.
So talent-wise,
okay. Here's my thing. If you had to pick a quarterback to win you a Super Bowl just for this year, I would still pick Tom Brady. I'd still pick Tom Brady.
I'd probably take Aaron too.
I'd take Tom Brady because he's been there so many times. Just practice for him.
I'll take Aaron.
It's practice.
I'll take Aaron.
Nah, I got.
I'll let you take Aaron.
So that goes to show you that I've already said Brady. Y'all said
but
Rodgers.
I think,
so that means he's not.
But we're also using the barometer of like experience of going.
That's
there.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Let's not use that. Let's talk.
That's what I'm saying. When he does win something,
I'm talking about talent right now.
Let's say he had won like the Super Bowl last year. Then now we can.
That was gonna happen.
No, I'm just saying. Let's say he did win the Super Bowl last year. Then we could make the argument that he's already won a Super Bowl. So
I mean, but that's
if you were to pick
career.
a Super Bowl,
that's what I'm saying. That's still picking career because if we're doing that, then why isn't hell? Who am I even thinking of right now? So we said when we said our top 5 quarterbacks, we said Tom, Aaron, Drew, Pat, and then Russell. Then why is who's won the Super Bowl? Actually, nobody's won the Super Bowl. That
Nick
I mentioned right
Foles.
there.
Nick Foles.
Doesn't count, I guess. So I guess okay. So that was a no.
Wait, Fluco
argument.
won, right? Fluco won, right?
So that was kind of a no argument. But I would say, I mean, not going to Super Bowl. I'm saying if there's a quarterback period that I would want, it would be Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because once he gets that IQ like Aaron Rodgers, at that point, Aaron Rodgers has the highest IQ of any quarterback.
No, but my only argument was that if you're picking a quarterback to win you the Super Bowl this year,
that's a different argument though.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Because
does that not make you the best quarterback? No, but does that not make you the best quarterback?
Because I'll take Russell Wilson over Pat then.
Hell no.
Why not?
Because when's the last time he won? And he didn't even win because of him. They won because of the defense they had. And that
Russell Wilson played out of his mind.
No, but look, do you remember what they called the Seahawks?
They called him Boom,
not because of Russell Wilson.
But he still played out of his mind. He's only gotten better.
My point is,
imagine he's only gotten better since then.
Yeah, yes. My point is, they were only in that Super Bowl because of their defense.
Don't say only.
I think so.
Don't say only.
I think
Russell
so.
Wilson's
or not necessarily only, but like
Russell
mostly because of their defense.
You could say if there's like one reason, like if there was like if you could rank them,
it would be defense and then
Russell Wilson.
So,
and
but with the Chiefs is Pat Mahomes and then the rest of the squad.
I mean, that's
the
they also have a lot of weapons. Their rookie runs a 4.2.
Yeah.
Imagine losing Tyreek Hill, then you get another receiver that runs a 4.2.
I remember when I used to run 4.2.
Anyways, speaking of the Chiefs, let's talk about the Chiefs and Ravens game, which just showed us those 2 games that Lamar had. Look, really, the one was really a fluke.
Mm-hmm.
He's not the man we think he is. He threw 22 for 43.
Well,
against a terrible defense.
Yeah.
Not terrible. Not great defense.
It's like it's middle of the pack. It's like bend don't break almost.
Yeah, but I don't think you should like just go ahead and say that he's not the man we thought. He's not the man.
I mean, he was
like
after week 1. Well, after week 1, like the way people were like
who they play week 1, week 2?
They played the Dolphins.
Then
they played the Cardinals.
I mean
that's what I'm saying.
So like, to be fair, like that, you're obviously gonna have good stats against both of those.
You should have good stats against the Chiefs.
Yeah, but the Chiefs are better than those 2 teams.
Defensively,
yeah.
Really? Not really. Not the
Miami
Dolphins.
Miami's bad.
The Dolphins.
My thing is, at some point you have to throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
and he can't, like, he's shown he cannot do that. And it's just like, that can only get you so, like, that'll get you into the playoffs, but then the same thing that happened last year with the Chargers will happen again. Which is like, you'll get shut out. It'll be frustrating.
Because it seemed like they just game planned for him to throw the ball. They said Mark Ingram is sort of kind of run, but you're gonna have to beat us with your arm. Man.
Yeah, that's basically
he had
what
a
the
rushing
Chiefs.
touchdown though, right?
He had one throwing. I don't even think he had the throwing one. I think he only had one rushing one.
And
So,
the spin move he had to get it.
That was, I think that was it. That was the one.
But yeah, and that's the thing. Like, he's gonna end up. Teams are gonna end up game planning.
Don't go up against Belichick with that.
Exactly, and so he's gonna have to really learn how to throw like in the pocket or even out of the pocket.
He didn't even have a throwing touchdown.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't have a throwing touchdown. He only had one rushing touchdown.
Exactly. And so if he can't do that, if he can't throw, he's gonna end up being like Cam.
I think worse. Cam could
Cam
could throw a little bit. He could throw a little bit. Lamar can't throw at all.
Really?
Like,
is that bad?
Like, he really can't.
He barely threw 50%.
Like, he
22
can't
for
throw.
43.
Like, he really relies on his athleticism and like and running. And that's about it. And it's just like, well, that gets you nowhere.
Yeah,
like,
because not even going to Foxborough, even if the Patriots go to Baltimore, it's going to be bad.
It would be bad.
I think since the Chiefs already know every game is going to be a shootout, or every game is going to be like, even if you're not scoring, okay, we're just going to do enough to beat you. The Baltimore basically, like, their defense your defense has to be the Bears level or Cowboys level for you to understand that you're not going to be in the shootout. So if they were going to be in the shootout against the Chiefs, he needs to understand he needs to learn how to throw that ball.
On top of that, other than what's his name, Hollywood Brown, right? That's his receiver.
Yeah.
Who does he have? Doesn't have much.
They have that tight end, I believe, that white boy. They have a white boy that I know is pretty decent.
So it also doesn't help. He doesn't have as many weapons.
Aaron Rodgers doesn't have many weapons.
Yeah, but he's different.
I'm saying at a point, there's no excuse.
I mean, that is an excuse.
But no, at a point,
you're just not him. That's the excuse.
At a point, we're not. Let's not blame the weapons. Let's put the blame mostly on him.
Okay, but the way I see it is like, no, I'm not even gonna make that comparison because I was gonna say if you put Dak on there instead of
that's true. That's actually what I was about to say because Dak's receivers are open.
Yeah, but exactly, and
but also Pat was also underthrowing, overthrowing also. Lamar was also just overthrowing and underthrowing. So it's not. It's even if they were open, you couldn't get to him. You about to say something?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
So you have to really think he's not as good as.
I'm not gonna say he's bad. I'm not gonna say he's bad at all. I mean, the guy is 22.
Yeah.
Like, kid is young, so like he can still have like a crazy good career, but right now he can't throw. Like, he just can't.
Yeah, he has a lot to improve on, and I know he could do it. It's just I don't know how much he did over the offseason.
I think after the first 2 weeks, he's seen what he can do. Obviously, he's always known what he can do with his legs, but like he's had confidence to run more, even after these first 2 games. And then on the third game, I guess since it was like kind of taken away the option, so he's forced to actually throw now.
But what's crazy
that's
is
probably
like,
what
I don't think a lot of us read the final print was that he didn't throw a lot in that Dolphins game. He threw like 16, 20 times, and he had 6 touchdowns.
He had 6 touchdowns?
Yes.
Jesus
yes, 5
Christ.
or 6. Even if it was 5.
Something crazy.
So he didn't even throw that much that game. So it's not like we really got to see him like really throw 40 times a game. It's just moving forward. Dude, like, at the end, worst comes to worst, you were a quarterback, wasn't he?
He threw 17 times.
17. Even less than what I said.
17
Even
times.
less than what I said. So we didn't even read the fine print that he wasn't even throwing that much. So he threw 17 times, and 5 of those were touchdowns. So he really, I don't know who's the quarterback is Harbaugh. It's not a quarterback. The coach is Harbaugh.
Coach is Harbaugh.
Is Jim or John?
John. Jim is.
And that's the thing. Like, it's almost like I would almost rather like not throw the season away, but like I would almost rather have him throw the ball just to have that experience. Like
so
probably
you want him to just throw it, not be scared if he throws a pick or not. Just
I think those bullshit games that you're gonna have, fuck it. Like, just do it.
Yeah, like it just doesn't matter.
Just do
like,
it. Because you're still gonna win the game, but you need to test him.
So like once they were down against the Chiefs, like who cares at that point?
Yeah.
Like just throw it. Like running the ball is not going to bring you back in the game with the
time.
Chiefs. Yeah.
You're only wasting time at that
so it's
point
just like just throw it. And they did. I mean, he threw the ball 44 times, something crazy like that. So like, but there needs to be more of that. Like even if you lose a game, like keep throwing because it's just running is not going to get you.
Because right now, when they see the Patriots, I don't know if they play Patriots next week, they might as well just forfeit that game.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty.
I still like you said he's 22, so I mean, see what he did for Louisville. What they doing now? Nothing. So
I mean, but they didn't even do much when he was there.
I mean,
though.
as it like he kind of put him on the map a little bit because like he ended up winning Heisman, right? And
I mean, Tua should have won that year, but
how many games did they win? I don't remember how many games they won, but like he kind of put him on the map a little bit just because he was balling. Like he really shouldn't have been. That's what I'm saying. But
we're gonna get to quarterback that he has not been performing.
Yeah, but to see that he had that kind of talent and it's starting to show a little bit, even though he's not. There yet. He's only 22, so
I mean, he is only 22.
Yeah.
I'm not rushing him.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying right now. Quarterbacks go to 37, so he has another 15 more years.
Oh yeah,
hopefully. I'm just saying right now.
Black quarterbacks though, how far do they go?
If they go fight dogs, not too long. Let's talk about Chiefs real quick because something that is actually very underrated with the Chiefs is they get a very tough schedule every year. It's like the Patriots who played they have 6 games that really they should go 6-0 in. They're already in they play this they're in Broncos, Chargers, Raiders, yeah. So already year by year one of those teams is always good. This year none of them are good, but it doesn't really help my case. But every year they always have they always play good competition. The Jaguars are supposed to be good this season. Nick Foles got hurt. Mitchell's not bad. Their defense is also like not where they should be.
Jaguars had a good defensive game this last game.
The Titans aren't good.
Yeah, but I mean, still in comparison
what's the cornerback that used to play for the Patriots, the number one? The one that got that.
The Ryan guy, I think.
No.
Something with the M. Something with the
I
M.
know who you're talking about.
I know exactly who you're talking about. But I can't remember his name.
This guy's name?
It's irrelevant now.
It is irrelevant. He got exposed the whole game. They weren't great. The Titans aren't good. But like going forward, they play like the Lions, who haven't lost a game.
They haven't lost a game.
They haven't lost a game. They tied with the Cardinals and they've won their past 2.
Oh, they have a tie.
The Colts are good, huh?
Oh, they have a tie. That's what I was with.
The Colts are a good team. They play the Texans. They play the Packers. I almost said the Vikings.
Oh, they might win.
They play the Patriots. Texans. They play the Bears.
They might beat the Texans.
It's an Arrowhead. It's an Arrowhead. We probably.
No, I would say I would expect the Chiefs to win.
If it was in Houston, that would be a shootout.
I'm telling you though, it's gonna be a shootout regardless.
Is still winning that game.
I didn't say we're gonna win, but it's gonna be a shootout.
I still think it's gonna be a shootout. That defense isn't that good.
That is true. We may be.
What about y'all's defense? Wait, y'all look at their defense. Look at y'all's defense.
Our defense isn't bad. Don't
it's not that good either.
Our defense top 10.
Top 10 something to be proud of.
Our defense top 10.
So
I'll take that.
1/3.
I'll take top 10.
I'll take that with Carlos Hyde playing very well. With DeAndre Hopkins being. Okay, saying top 4 wide receivers not bad because when you have like.
I thought he was number 1 though.
Wait.
Yeah, I think he's
look
where is
he's not better than Julio. He's not better than Julio.
It's him and Julio, bro.
And
it's like
I'm not gonna.
The thing with Hopkins, he can't drop a ball. Like it doesn't matter who's guarding him. Like he can't drop, bro. Julio, he can get it anywhere he wants to. Bro. So they have two.
Julio got double teamed for a touchdown.
I know, but that's the thing with Julio. Like you don't. It doesn't even have to be an area where he should like catch it. Like it could be like up here, and he'll still like
somehow, some way, it'll be in his hands.
DeAndre is more of like it just doesn't get off his hands. Like as soon as
it's in the vicinity,
exactly. Like he's
probably gonna get it.
Because I think last year he had the least amount of drops.
He didn't have one. He didn't have one.
He didn't have a drop.
Exactly. So it's like,
I mean, OBJ is still great,
but OBJ like he's. I wouldn't put him on top of those two.
I guess
he doesn't touch.
I guess if he had the quarterbacks that they had, Mm-hmm. I think we have.
I think you have tier 1.
I mean, but then again, who has D-Hop had until Deshaun now?
That's what I'm saying. So when he had Deshaun, what did he start doing? He
had 0 drops. That's what he had when he had Deshaun.
If OBJ was on like
I'll say
like Seattle,
I say there's 2 tiers. You have Julio and DeAndre, and then you have
I can agree.
No,
you have OBJ.
You have tier 1.
You have OBJ and AB right below that.
That's cap. No,
what?
No, we gotta talk about.
What's the last time OBJ did something?
He literally just scored the one touchdown against the Jets.
One touchdown.
And it was
against the Jets.
It was an 80-something yard touchdown. Relax. Hey, stop. Hey, that's too much of my dude. And we saw what AB did last week. That back shoulder throw was disgusting.
Look who he had.
Oh my god.
Look who's going to.
Has he lost a step? We're going to talk about him later.
He lost a spot in the league, though.
Yeah, we're going to talk about him. But I say all that to say that the Chiefs always play a tough schedule. Mm-hmm. Well, like last season, they literally played every good team in the league. Mm-hmm. They played the Patriots. Did they play the Saints?
They played the Rams. That's
the
one game I remember.
They played the Patriots. They played the Rams. They played the Chargers twice. Mm-hmm. They played the Texans. We always play them every year. Mm-hmm. They played
the playoffs.
Great teams.
No, we didn't.
We didn't get that far.
Yeah.
They beat who beat us though.
Yeah.
Very handily. So how's that look on us? I would say that regardless of whoever they play, they perform. So we cannot take them lightly. Mm-hmm. When they get to the playoffs, because right now they're 3-0. The only game that I see them really losing right now, maybe the Bears, but they play Bears later when it's cold. Maybe the Bears, they go to Foxborough to lose in that game. Mm-hmm. That's the only game that I really see them losing, and maybe the Packers. Mm-hmm. Other than that, that's 13-3 at worst.
At best, you mean.
At best, they could go 16-0.
Those are scheduled losses.
15-1. They could beat the Bears. They beat the Bears. They could beat the Packers.
Yeah,
they could beat the Bears.
Against Aaron Rodgers.
Melvin,
your goat,
bro. Melvin, stop
your
it. Goat. It's an arrow. It's an Arrowhead.
Okay, they should win.
They can go 15-1. They're the only game that they're losing is Foxborough. That's just everything that goes to Foxborough is losing. I'm sorry. They go 8-0 in Foxborough.
The thing is though, if they win in Foxborough,
that's not gonna happen.
Listen,
but if
they did, I see them losing AFC Championship game against the Patriots. I don't see them. I don't see them winning twice. Yeah,
that game will decide where the AFC Championship.
That game decides to me who makes the Super Bowl.
Matter.
Yeah,
that game.
Matter. It doesn't matter because even if the Patriots can still win the Arrowhead, which they did. Mm-hmm. So
damn. Like I said, 7 rings, man. We have a title for that.
Hey, it's 7 rings by Tom Brady. It's not by Ariana Grande. It's by Tom Brady now. We have a few more games left. We started talking about the 49ers, the Rams. We kind of talk about the Rams. Jared Goff is still playing terrible.
The game was boring.
We'll talk about the Giants, then we'll end with the last
Saquon.
Team. We'll start with the Giants and we'll end with the last team. Saquon's out, I think 6 weeks.
They said 4 to 8.
Yeah, 4 to 8. More likely 8.
High ankle sprain. And what's worse is like
it's right when Daniel Jones.
It's crazy because like we literally were all saying he's gonna get hurt this year. Every single person was saying he's gonna get hurt this season. But not even this way. Mm-hmm. We thought he was gonna get hurt because he was gonna like get smacked. He just landed on his leg wrong.
I already told myself, even if I get first pick in fantasy, I'm not getting Saquon at all. Because he's bound to get hurt. Like,
but I'm mad because Daniel Jones put on the show.
That's the only problem now.
He put on the show. And once Saquon got out, he didn't have that like safety net anymore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So they Tampa Bay was able to like really compete with them. But I think it was a competitive game in general. Mm-hmm. But like
I didn't see a drop off in his performance though.
I mean, but in general, like you don't have that Saquon weapon at all times. Mm-hmm. So they can start being like, okay, like at this point, even if they run fuck it, they're not gonna do too much.
They can pressure the quarterback more.
Exactly. They're gonna prioritize pressuring the quarterback. They really only won because Tampa Bay missed their field goal at the end. If they score that, we may not even be having this conversation like this.
But even still, it's Tampa Bay though, so like as well as he performed.
Yeah,
like,
still Tampa Bay.
Still Tampa
But
Bay.
low key, Tampa Bay scored 31. That's a lot.
No, I'm
of
talking about
points.
their defense.
But that's still 30. But I'm saying
That's
like,
their offense though.
But
it's too.
but there is it their D lineman or something? Is it Shaq something?
Barrett. That kid has like he has 8 sacks or something
no.
crazy
Melvin,
like that.
He is cold.
Wait, you say he has 8 sacks?
He has 8 sacks in
cold.
3 games.
Wait, he's about to break the record.
He's gonna break the record.
Miles Garrett's still number 1.
He's about
Miles
to.
Garrett's still number 1. This
No.
season.
I think
he's ahead of him.
I think he's number
him.
1.
He just overtook him. But
What's the record for sacks in a season? It has to be like 15.
It's like
no. Aaron just did like 20.5.
Oh, he did 20.
And he didn't get one.
No,
in
but
the
at this
first 3
rate,
games.
8.
Yeah, it's crazy.
If he does 8 more in the next like,
I mean, it's not. I mean, people are gonna start game planning it for him. It's like Aaron Donald. If Aaron Donald was getting single coverage, how he was doing against the Browns, did you see what he was doing to Baker all game? Baker was literally like, Tom and Jerry. Everybody watched Tom and Jerry. Aaron Donald was Tom, and Baker Mayfield was Jerry for 60 minutes. Mm-hmm. Well, every minute that Baker was. Yeah. Why are you? There's no shame in triple teaming Aaron Donald. There's absolutely no shame in it. You have
to be ashamed.
No.
You're grown men. There's no reason. There's no reason why you have 3 grown men stopping.
Melvin, there's no shame.
And is easy as superhuman? Like
Melvin, he may be.
No.
Wait, he's arguably the best.
3 grown men.
He's arguably the best football player.
These are the best football players in the world.
I don't know, man.
And you gotta get 3 of them to stop one guy.
There's no shame.
3.
Because he's shedding through double
Bro,
teams.
go for the leg.
Anyways,
I need to get E from here. So
all we're saying about what's his name, Duke boy, Daniel James. I said Daniel James. Daniel Jones is he showed promise. Mm-hmm. He showed that maybe all that talk we were talking. I mean, granted, we haven't seen Haskins, who we may see not this week. But next week we're.
I think we see him this week. I think we see him this week. The Redskins. I think you have to put him in this.
He's been playing bad.
No, he had 0 interceptions. Remember, I was saying he had 0 interceptions. They just threw 3 against Chicago. But
that's Chicago though.
But difference is Khalil Mack was literally on his neck every 5 seconds. But he's also throwing like those type of picks to like Madden picks, like. You throw a pick and like the safety just drops off, picks it off. It's not like
it was like underthrown.
Like it was like they were just reading.
Oh, they read him. He was too easy.
It was bad. So not this season, not this week, but next week I know for sure.
Who they play next week?
It doesn't matter, dude. Nobody.
They're 0-3.
Yeah,
like,
they're 0-3. They're just terrible.
If Dwayne starts going off.
But I think that's when we can really give Daniel Jones
they have
his real
a
rating.
Receiver in Washington that's been. Too.
Terry McLaurin.
Yeah.
Dude he's.
That's when we'll start giving how good Daniel Jones really is. Mm-hmm. But hey, do show promise already.
But they're not doing anything in that division, anyways.
I mean, at least now they're not in the Tua sweepstakes. They have at least for now, what we know now. Look, they have a quarterback that could be good enough that they don't need to be in the Tua sweepstakes. Mm-hmm. But they can still tank enough to get more weapons.
O-line.
I mean,
a whole O-line.
Actually, the O-line's not that bad this season.
It's really not. It's not. It's really not.
It's not. It's not.
Okay,
it's so not. And they're 1-2, and then they got the Redskins up next.
They don't need to do good. You do not be championing them doing good.
No, I'm not. But like the schedule is not bad. So like Daniel Jones can keep going off, and then like all of a sudden it's like, oh damn, like they're somehow in the playoff conversation. Mm-hmm. So it's just like I don't know, like kid's a baller. I think he's a real deal.
I would say the big takeaway is that at least if he's decent, but they keep losing,
you
don't need to be in the Tua sweepstakes.
Exactly.
So who you think Tua where he goes?
He's going to Dolphins. It's not close. Nobody else is that bad. Literally, like there's bad teams, but and there's the Dolphins. You know, you're seeing like there's tiers of wide receivers. Like there's like the who's 0-3 right now.
Like the Bengals are 0-3.
The Bengals are 0-3.
The Steelers are 0-3.
Steelers are 0-3. And
hey, Steelers, they might go for him.
Low key.
At this point, honestly, I probably
you might as well.
Could.
You honestly might as well.
It'd be worth it, yeah.
You honestly might as well at that point. And if I'm being honest, if there's one team I'd rather him go.
I'd rather him go to the Steelers. Of
all those terrible teams, it would be the Steelers.
Yeah.
Last thing we'll talk about in the NFL is the Browns, man.
Frauds.
What's their record? 1-2.
but they've
played two.
They've lost 2 games that one play could have changed the whole destiny.
This is
the first game they
got smoked.
Oh, sorry, no, this last game.
Yeah,
this last game.
The last 2 games they've been close games, right?
The Jets they blew.
They blew out the Jets.
They blew out the Jets.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just really this one game, and I mean they're playing against a team that should have been a Super Bowl, or a team that went to the Super Bowl that underperformed.
The only reason they didn't beat them is because Aaron Donald he's not gonna let you do anything. That's literally the only reason why. The Rams are actually not that great this season.
Okay, so I want to ask you a question about Aaron Donald and in the Super Bowl. What happened?
Bill Belichick happened.
So you're telling me,
and I think he still got sacked that game.
So what was the coverage they had on him? Because they have 3 guys on him.
But you also understand like the Patriots have a great O line.
Oh yeah,
they've always had. They just always.
And Tom Brady gets it off in like 1.2 seconds.
So
that
and if he does,
I mean that really minimizes any impact a D line has.
That is true.
You let's not use use the it's just like just don't bother. Literally on all fronts, it's just not fair. So like even against like the Saints, like Drew Brees, but it was even different back then because Ndamukong Suh was another weapon that you couldn't take too lightly. This year, they don't really have that second person.
It's just him,
and he is still doing stuff. I don't get it. Why are you doing one-on-ones with him? Just why?
Well, I mean,
there's no use.
If I'm right, as of now, he doesn't have a sack.
He doesn't.
But he's still doing work. That's the thing. Like he's still like applying pressure, like making people uncomfortable.
And if we're being honest, sack is just a sake of a stat. Like sack does not matter how good you are. He is not getting sacks because they probably say Aaron is coming. even if he does get loose, and they're probably just like throw it away.
Quarterbacks already get out there.
Exactly. Like so, I won't even say like a team gets on the fan. I won't even say like him not having a sack is like a barometer of how he's doing this season because he is playing amazing in all 3 games he's played. This past game he made Baker Mayfield look like trash. The week before he got Drew Brees injured, and who they played the first week?
I don't remember. This is the thing though. Like to me, if we're going back to the Browns, Baker is not that good, man. Like at least this year it's like I see so much regression. Like I see so much regret. Like it's like the only guy he wants to throw the ball to is Odell. It's like if it's not Odell, he's not throwing the ball.
Jarvis hasn't done anything, but also I will say
no one else has done anything. That's the thing. The thing is, though, like it's like he only sees Odell, and that's the only guy he's throwing it to.
Really, very much did not do. Hasn't done. Much
I mean, he had like 94 yards this last game.
No, let me see.
Okay, my thing with Baker is that he had all this hype coming into his rookie season because he was the top pick, and then he didn't have a bad season. Like the year before the year before they were 0-16, right?
Something close like that.
Yeah, and so they get Baker. He doesn't have a bad season. He has a pretty good season actually.
He started off slow and then he turned up in the end.
And so they end up like just because he had a decent season.
No. The way he ended wasn't decent. The
well,
way he ended was
okay, but
amazing.
but he wasn't like a rookie Carson Wentz season or like it was just. I mean, it was pretty like it was good. It wasn't like great, and so. Now they've added all these people on this squad, and they're expecting him to be Tom Brady or whatever. And I think
not even. I honestly think like
they expect too much from him. So when you actually see how good he is, he's not as good as what we thought.
Maybe.
And so I'm saying the hype of him being like that great isn't like he's not really all that. And so I think with him it's more of a like, and really. They still need to have more chemistry with all these new players they've added. So it's
coach.
So it's like you can give them a lot of passes.
They don't have their best old lineman. He's hurt. There are a lot of factors going into the season.
You can give them passes, but
just like you said,
this team is too good.
Yeah,
it's
a lot
too
of
good.
When you have Odell and Jarvis, Myles Garrett,
there's no excuse.
Dude, like low key, keeping the Rams for 20 points, you could score more than 20 points.
And that's it. And like you shouldn't lose a game. At home,
to the Titans like that,
to the Rams, like The Rams aren't.
Rams are good though. They went to the Super Bowl.
But
Jared Goff is worse than Baker Mayfield.
And that's what.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, like you just shouldn't be losing those games with that kind of talent around you.
I will say, I'm giving them till week 7, week 8.
Till what? And then what?
At that point, it's over.
Over.
By that point, Odell is gonna be fed up.
You think so?
Odell came to win.
You think he's gonna end up being like Antonio?
It won't be that bad, but he's gonna be fed up.
I don't know.
He's not as toxic as him, but he's gonna be fed up.
I think he'll be more fed up with the city than Baker.
He's really fed up with that.
Because you don't go from New York to Cleveland and just be okay.
He probably takes a flight after every game, after every practice in New York. Like,
that's just sad.
As soon as he could. Yeah. In general, man, these Browns, man.
What's this week looking?
I'm not completely throwing them out, but gotta show me something.
That's true.
Gotta show me something. They could be 2-1 right now. That draw. How you gonna draw play on 4th and 9 when you're
dumbest thing?
Yeah. Last thing we'll bring up the NFL is Melvin's favorite wide receiver.
Who's my favorite wide receiver? Oh. AB.
Hey man, he's not. I think something is like, in all seriousness. No, all jokes aside.
No, yeah, I know. He actually has a mental issue.
I genuinely believe that too. Like at first I was almost like this was like the greatest like heist plot like that has ever happened, like. Because like at first they were saying, oh, the Steelers wouldn't trade him to the Patriots, so he went to Oakland and then like self-destructed specifically to go to New England, and New England had the perfect amount of cap space to give him the exact amount of money.
Everything seemed like fit. Everything's
and then it's just like
perfectly. Yeah.
I don't know. This guy just doesn't make sense whatsoever. Yeah. And it's just like now we realize that like it wasn't a plot.
Comes back?
I don't think so.
You don't think, is it that he won't come back or a team won't?
The NFL won't allow him to come back.
I almost feel like as crazy as it sounds like, and as crazy as he probably is, I feel like he just won't come back. I feel like teams would take him.
No, I think he wouldn't mind coming back because
his agent already said that he wants to come back.
Exactly.
He wasn't it today that he enrolled back into Central Michigan?
A few days ago, yeah. Well, yesterday.
Like back into school, like what? Like, what is he doing? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
That picture where he's like
every action he's making doesn't seem like it's planned out. He's just doing things in post.
You see that picture? He was like, "Be all the odds."
He's like, "You created the odds."
Yeah. No, really, like he is the odds. Like you are the odds. Beat yourself. Like, are you stupid?
Nah. I don't know. I feel like he's just done so much to hurt his image that no one's gonna pick him up after all this.
Maybe.
And who knows? He might not even beat his cases.
But then again, look at what was the dude that played the Cowboys eventually, and he's not the UFC.
Hardy.
Greg Hardy.
We've had some very questionable characters in the NFL.
That dude had anger issues, bro.
So,
that dude is.
I remember this one Cowboy game. He's just like threw everything, like all these.
He's
Gatorade.
so bad that he got disqualified in the UFC in a competition that's basically you actually
You're
fight people.
Supposed to be an animal in the
You
UFC.
can hurt people now. He went too far into that.
He went too far.
So we've had some very questionable characters in the NFL.
No, but I think even with him, it wasn't as like public, or it didn't cause as much noise as AB's.
Maybe. Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why with AB, like, he's not gonna come back. Like, not because of him, but because nobody in the league's gonna win. Even look at what's his name, Kaepernick. I know that was different, but like just the impact that him alone had, even though it wasn't a negative thing, like in a way, towards NFL owners, it was a negative thing. And so that's why nobody's picking him up. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's what will end up happening with AB.
I think next season he'll be on the team.
We'll see.
What do you think of that?
I don't even think he deserves it to begin with.
I genuinely don't.
Do you see
think he will.
that over the shoulder throw last week?
No, he doesn't deserve it because of his character.
Yeah, it's just the dude is like, no matter where he's been, he's going to give you issues. Mm-hmm. It's not worth the headache.
That's another thing. Yeah,
because the thing is,
yeah, I know, but it's just the group message thing. That's
if there's one team that you could be like, yeah, it doesn't matter what kind of issues he'll bring, we'll take him. That's the Patriots, and even they dropped them. So it's like,
but that like he said, it wasn't because of the issues. I mean, it wasn't because he caused issues on the team. But I will say the two teams that he did cause issues on, like that. It was like erased to me because he went from the Steelers to Oakland, and even going to Oakland, everyone was like, or even the way he was reacting to going to Oakland, he was like so excited, like happy to like meet his teammates. There was even a video of him and Derek Carr. So like it was like, okay, he's finally happy with what he has, and so he messes that up too.
He'll switch up on you so quick for no reason too.
Like there's no explanation to what he
went
did.
from like posting a picture about Robert Kraft and all that, saying thank you guys for having me. Go get the chip. To posting, Kraft was caught in the parlor.
Yeah,
it's I have allegations and I'm done. I'm like, oh, okay.
That dude is just like, and
it's
so not worth the headache to me. So it's just like,
and really, it's because now after everything that's happened, even with I think the biggest thing with the Patriots now is like no one just trusts him in general, and so he's gonna like come at you like, oh, I'm so excited to have this job, and then 2 weeks later he's like, I hate you. So no one's gonna trust him.
Another great point I heard was, every single press conference that Bill Belichick has had
they've asked him
something about AB.
Yeah.
Maybe Bill was like, "Hey, look, Robert, I ain't taking this."
Yeah,
like
that's true.
It's either him.
It could have been. It could have been that, but I really feel like it was the kids thing.
Oh no! But the kids thing may have not even been that bad. But I think like Robert Kraft was already on edge with getting him. So I think like
What do you mean? So who do you think made the decision to get him?
I mean, look, if you can get AB, you can get
No, but
AB.
who? Like, you can't say he was on edge.
No, I think Bill calls the shots like easily.
Yeah,
he's
I feel like Bill did.
If Bill wants him, he'll get him. But then if Bill says he's out, he's out.
In general, like there was already some iffiness of like what are you getting with him?
Because here's the thing: with the Patriots, you have Robert Kraft, Bill Belichick, and Tom Brady. You already saw Tom Brady was like, oh heck yeah, like I want him on the team. And I feel like Robert Kraft was like, why not? Because he wants to get richer. Because the more they win, the richer they get. So I feel like the odd man out was probably Bill Belichick. And the more they kept asking him questions about, what's going on with AB on all this, like exactly. So it just felt so unsettled for him that.
And if Bill thought it was too much, every other coach in the league is like, nah, we're good.
Is that all with the guy?
Yeah. What's the this week looking like? Teams.
Oh yeah,
games?
Predictions. Thank you. Predictions. Week 4, starting tomorrow. Eagles, Packers. We weren't gonna say.
It might be a close game actually.
It's in Green Bay.
Is Aguilar?
It doesn't matter. Deshaun Jackson, Michael Vick can come back. Of course, yeah. We talked about that. Everything. They're gonna be 1-3.
So they're missing
Deshaun Jackson and Alshon Jeffrey still hurt.
Oh yeah, so they're probably gonna lose.
Even if they were healthy.
I feel like it would be a
Melvin.
Hey,
Melvin, they were gonna lose.
Who knows?
The secondary is absolutely horrendous. And you know who loves bad secondaries?
Yeah, all right.
Made the Bears look.
Bills, Patriots.
Oof. I mean Patriots, but
it's in New York. It doesn't matter. Colts, Raiders, Redskins, Giants.
Colts. Wait. Who's winning that game?
The Colts are winning.
John Gruden, Derek Carr.
Colts are a great team.
Okay.
I mean, okay. Great is high praise.
They're on that team.
They're a good team. They're a good team.
I'll take good.
They're a good
but
team.
They're way better than the Raiders.
Great. All right, go.
Bro, I don't know. They have a lot of weapons. I don't know. Like them losing Andrew Luck hurts, dude. Because if Andrew Luck had this team that Jacoby Prescott, I almost said Prescott or Percocet. The team that Jacoby's playing with, if Andrew Luck had this team,
he had him last year, right?
But like this is
that's why he had like 38.
But when you return,
oh yeah,
with more chemistry, dude,
what would they have done?
I don't know. It's tough because Patrick Mahomes is
No, but
has taken a
but
step
here's the
back.
thing. Andrew Luck was probably like, if he had an old line, he would literally be up there with like Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers. I feel like he
not
would.
up there, but he would be more of like the Russell Wilson, like up there. Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's top 5, so it'd be right there.
But like numbers wise, like he had 38 last year off of an injury.
That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, Colts winning that game. Giants, Redskins.
Giants.
Or actually, I don't know. It'd
be interesting.
No,
you know what I would love to see.
It might be draw OT.
Fuck no.
I would love to see Dwayne
Where
Haskins in
though?
that game.
What?
I mean,
New York.
the Giants.
If it's
The
in New
Giants.
York, if it's in New York, you gotta play Dwayne.
You played Dwayne in Washington.
No, you play him in New York. He likes the challenge.
I would rather him in New York. I mean, in Washington.
No, but he wants the challenge.
That's his own fault. Texans, Panthers.
Hey,
Wait, hold on.
Wait, you saw a quarterback from?
Where's the game? Where's the game?
It's in Houston.
You saw a Panthers quarterback?
Of course I did.
I'll take.
We talk about all of this.
Oh.
I'll take the Texans.
I just take Texans.
And I promise I'm trying to be as non-biased.
No, not non-biased. We're gonna win.
Yeah, like
Y'all probably will win.
Cardinals, Seahawks. Broncos, Jaguars.
this is a game
Jaguars.
Don't want to watch.
Yeah.
Even though it's in Denver, I don't care. Primetime game, I guess that later. Chargers, Dolphins. Titans, Falcons.
2 bad teams.
Wait, Titans who?
Falcons.
Oh, I'll go with Falcons.
I'll take the
I'll
Falcons.
take Falcons also. Chiefs, Lions. Browns, Ravens. Ooh.
Oh shit.
Where is it?
What?
Yeah.
Baltimore.
I want to say Lamar, but
I want to say Baker's gonna get it going this week.
I want to say Lamar.
I think if what you said that OT, I think this would be the game that goes OT.
I can see this one. But
if you have to pick one,
If I had to pick one, I have to say Ravens.
I'll go Browns.
I'll go Ravens. Buccaneers, Rams. Vikings, Bears.
Ooh.
In Chicago.
Bears.
Hey, but Vikings though.
Melvin,
No.
All right, so this game.
I already know who's winning this game.
What game?
You're about to say Saints Cowboys.
No, there's one more. Bengals, Steelers.
Bro,
Both are 0-3, prime time.
Both of them
in
about to,
Pittsburgh.
Whoever loses should
no,
just
both
tank.
of them about to be 0-4 after this game.
They're so bad that they're both gonna lose. Nah, they're terrible. Absolutely horrendous.
I think Bengals will win.
I think Steelers.
I think the Steelers
I
get
have
it.
Steelers.
I think the Steelers get it.
And then Saints, Cowboys. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a toss up.
What?
Even without Drew, it's a toss up.
It's in New
Teddy
Orleans.
Bridgewater's speech.
His speech was very
Nah, I feel like the Cowboys are just on a roll this year. So
I think they get. I think they take their first L.
After they squeezed by Seattle, that's a confidence boost. They should not have won that game at all.
but that's why I was telling you Seattle is not as good as you were saying. You were saying Seattle was going to.
They lost. They really lost because like they had fumbles, they had a return, and then they did a fade on the fourth and inches. Are you stupid? If they get that 4th inches, they win that game. We're not saying this. They shouldn't have won that game. So maybe they have a little bit more confidence going to this Cowboys game. If I'm going to put money on anybody, it's going to be the Cowboys, obviously.
Yeah. Like I said, I feel like the Cowboys are on a roll. I don't think Zeke has had a a player of the match game yet.
They don't
That's what I'm saying. Like he hasn't. I'm just talking about him personally. So this might be the week. Where
I think if it's a shootout, I think the Cowboys win it.
I think
the only way
if it's a shootout, I might say the Saints because Cowboys are known for folding.
I know. I think the only way the Saints win is big. Like I don't see them winning a close game.
Okay.
I think they have to win.
If it's
big.
a close game, they'll probably lose, and it'll probably because of the refs, not because.
Because they were holding up against the Rams.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm gonna predict anything, it would be.
It's a Cowboys win.
It would be Cowboys.
Yeah.
If you're gonna like put money on anything,
if I had to put money on it,
probably win by a touchdown or two.
Yeah, I'd probably go Cowboys. But I'm gonna go ahead and say the Saints.
You don't like the Cowboys?
Yeah, no, I want the Saints to win because I'm probably gonna put the game on I'm probably gonna come back and watch the game here, and all people will come watch it. All Cowboys fans, I want to see them in distress. Yeah. Okay, that's all with football. Let's get to it.
So they had 3 Madrid players. I mean, other than Hazard. I was like, for what?
They had Marcelo. They had
what did he do last
Marcelo,
year?
Sergio Ramos,
What did
Modric.
What did
Modric do last year?
All of them. They did nothing. This is for clout now.
Who else has been the other center back though?
For center back, they could have had.
Don't say Delit. Don't say Delit.
For last year.
Don't say Delit.
He played better than.
He played way
Ramos.
better than Ramos.
What did Ramos do last year? They didn't even win a trophy.
That's true. I mean, but the only trophy they won was the Netherlands one.
Okay, at least he won something.
He balled.
If Real was the Netherlands,
they went further in what's it called?
They did.
And they also
they knocked them out.
They knocked them out. They also went to the final for Netherlands.
What? Don't bring up anything in the Netherlands and countries when we're talking about soccer. What are you doing here?
What do you mean?
Okay. Well, I don't even know where to start.
This is knock it off.
We'll knock way off. There's a lot to talk about.
RL. RL.
We kind of mentioned it. I don't know if.
I mean, we talked about the game.
We did a match preview.
Yeah.
I'll talk about this game ad nauseum. We'll just gloss over real quick. In total, the more I've thought about the game, the more I've watched the game, we shouldn't have lost that game.
Did you watch the game?
I watched it.
Liverpool.
I watched the second half.
What did you think of it? The game in general?
I don't know. I was indifferent about it. Like, I didn't watch the first half, so I can't speak on the first half.
So wait, so you didn't even see highlights?
No, I mean, yeah, I did, but like.
But did you see Tammy's miss?
No, I didn't.
In the first half?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't. Well, he had
a miss. Just no defender on him.
Okay, that would have changed my whole perspective because
the offside was
because
also
to me
first half, right?
to me I almost felt like the score was a score and it was indicative of what I saw. Like
there was also a goal we scored first half that was counted offside.
Yeah, so again,
so first half a lot did happen.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like second half, like I saw what I saw and it was like, yeah, you guys lost 2-1 and that's what it should be. But if Tammy missed a wide open goal, then that changes everything. But I mean,
and we got a VAR call, which I mean, at this point we just should accept
I want to talk about the VAR call because this is a great point that somebody brought up. Is how far back do you go?
No, you have to go as far back as you can because the way they look at it is, if you've been in possession the entire time, if the opposing team never had the ball that entire time, you still get called offside. So it doesn't matter how far back you go. If there was any point where you had an offside call,
so even if they got all the way and they still passed the ball all the way back and tried the attack again, but they were offsides the first time they went for attack, they will call it dead.
As far as I know, yeah.
I don't know, man.
Because a lot happened after.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's what I'm saying.
So how far do you go back?
As far as I know, is as far.
I don't know. If I'm being honest, we shouldn't have lost that game.
Yeah, no, you probably deserved the point.
We deserved
it. I just watched the
Salah didn't do anything that game. Mane did not do anything that game. Roberto Firmino, for being honest, other than that header, did not do anything that game.
I'd say at best we deserved that point.
You deserved the point.
I'll say at worst we deserved the point.
Not at best.
I would probably say that.
I low-key think we should have beat them.
Because both goals they scored, they deserved it. So that's why I said at best we deserved it.
I think two defensive subs, we win that game.
Like I said, the 2 goals they scored, they deserved it. It wasn't like we got hold or anything like that.
No, we didn't.
That's what I'm saying. They deserved their 2 goals, and we also, I mean, what goals did we deserve to score?
The Tammy one.
You can't say deserve.
No,
just should have put it.
And I would say second half, they didn't touch the ball. Like majority, like the last 20 minutes, you would think we're playing another team. You wouldn't think that we just played the European champions. They weren't touching the ball. So say that those last 2 subs are Pulisic, even Pedro. We win that game, or at least we get a point. At worst, we get a point. Because when Conte's scoring goals for you, Bro, you can't tell me a Pedro's not gonna score. You can't tell me a Pulisic is not gonna score.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, Ross Barkley is gonna score.
Mm-hmm.
We Van Dijk literally gave him his all that game.
Mm-hmm.
Van Dijk was tired. Matip could only do so much that game. We were working them.
I mean, the way I see it, I'm just gonna look at it. I want to look at it the most unbiased way, and so if I look at it in that way, Tammy, we can't say we deserve to score that goal. He just missed it. That's on him.
Yeah. I'm not saying we deserve to miss it.
Exactly.
I blame us losing that game on those two defensive subs.
Yeah, exactly. And so
like Emerson went down 12th minute, Christian went down 30th minute. We're not making defensive subs at all.
You can't really predict what's gonna happen.
No, but okay, I'm saying subs. Like they didn't have to make any of those stupid defensive subs. So
that's what I'm saying. You don't know what could have happened.
I'm saying on an even playing field, if we didn't have to make those subs.
The only one I can agree with you is maybe Emerson, because the guy that did come on for him is the one that pretty much conceded the second goal, Alonso. Yeah. So I can kind of agree with you. It's really reaching.
I just think that I don't think we're gonna concede less goals. I think we're gonna score more goals if we get to make the subs we wanted to.
But that's also you're predicting a future that you can't really
one more goal. We can't score one more goal.
But that's a draw. That's
okay. That's what
so you're saying two more goals.
I would have taken the point.
So you're saying you're saying Christensen and Emerson stay on the game. We score 2 more goals.
I think we at least score one more. Not 2.
That's a draw then.
I don't mind a draw.
Yeah, that's at most a point.
You said at most a point. I say at most 2-3 points.
That's what I'm saying. Do you say that you will score 2 more goals?
Think 2 more goals is a stretch.
I wouldn't be surprised if we have scored 2 more goals.
That's a stretch.
Like the way the game was going, yes, but
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying we can't predict that. You can't say we deserve to have 3 points.
We didn't deserve to. I said I would have been okay with 1 point. That's
okay.
A point. So
meaning if you're okay with 1 point, that means we deserve 1 point.
I was okay with 1 point,
which means we deserve 1 point.
But we should have got 3.
Yeah, that's you look at it.
Should have. Okay.
If Pedro was
tell that to Tammy.
If Pedro was there, we win that game. Not Pedro. Pulisic, Pedro. If Cho, we're gonna get to it. If Reece James.
This guy's happy,
bro.
Because we played a team that you don't even know how to pronounce their name.
We're gonna get to that.
You can't even name their starting 11.
I guess in total, we made Liverpool look like a regular ass team who only scored 2 goals off of set pieces. They had 2 shots on target the whole first half, and those are 2 goals. They came out firing at the beginning of the second half, and after that, you would think it's just another team with a red jersey. So I don't really think we really deserve to lose that game.
But no, you
didn't deserve to lose. You didn't deserve.
That's what I mean. That's all I'm saying. We didn't
deserve to lose.
You didn't deserve to lose whatsoever. But you did deserve
at least a point.
A point. And I don't think you deserved anything more than that.
I wouldn't say we deserve more than a point.
I think
1 point is enough to get their 2 goals.
They did. I mean, when you score 2 goals.
But my thing is with Liverpool, it's just so tricky because you can argue that both games we played them this year, we've definitely outplayed them, and so it's just like how did they still manage to end up getting a win? They
scored 2 goals.
Yeah, and so it's
if we score 2 goals, we don't lose.
And that's why it goes to show performance is not the main factor. You have to actually.
It's not.
But goals,
but I would say for a team that we know is missing players, for a team that's just beginning, I will take performance for now.
Yeah.
For now, because next season, low key, even by the time this season's ending. I don't know, man.
That's as long as
I feel bad for Tottenham.
If everyone stays healthy, then yeah.
I feel bad for Tottenham. I feel bad for Arsenal. I feel bad for United because you're not gonna want to play us. I'm not, and I'm gonna take it further. The next time we play Liverpool, they're not gonna want to play us, and I feel I'm being serious. So I'm being serious. I'm that confident in this team.
We'll be the team to stop them.
I'm being serious. I feel like next season is going I really don't even want to buy anybody at this point. I don't because what position do we really need? Other than another winger, I guess.
There's still positions. I feel like next season for sure. I'm still not as confident in our back 4. We're leaking goals in this year at it. We shouldn't have allowed a goal today. We haven't had a clean sheet this season.
Who played center back today?
We haven't had a clean sheet.
Who played center back today? Answer me.
No, who plays center back for them?
Who plays center back for
them? Who plays center back for them?
You're talking about us getting a clean sheet.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on. You're talking about us getting a clean sheet.
My point is, it doesn't even matter who we have on our squad. Look who we played. They shouldn't even score on us. They'll never touch the Premier League. That's the thing.
Who do you blame for when we had our 3 best center backs when we conceded 2 goals against Wolves?
Against Wolves, who do I blame?
Mm-hmm.
I blame. That's my point. Like we don't have good enough. I blame everyone in that back 3.
Those are 2 goals that you should say.
Well, yes, but they shouldn't have been that close to him.
So you're just saying that he should never get
Okay,
you're forcing at that point.
Yeah.
At that point, you just
if we have Van Dijk,
at that point, if
we have Van Dijk, we're having a clean sheet.
Norwich can score a goal.
If we have Van Dijk, we're having a clean sheet that game. If we have Van Dijk, we're having a clean sheet that game. We are.
I mean, yeah, but you can't say you can't say you're gonna get a clean sheet every game.
I'm not saying we're not going to get a clean sheet every game, but we haven't had a clean sheet at all. We played like 7 games this season.
When we had our first defenders, it was none of their faults for us conceding goals.
But my point is...
And you shouldn't say that a team should never get there.
Okay, my point is, even apart from that Wolves game, we still have been leaking goals in.
With not our best 2 center backs. And hold on. And the one center back that that is our number 1, and has never been his fault. Never.
Reach.
No goal while Tomori has been on the pitch was his fault.
How many games has he played?
Okay, so how many games have we played? We haven't gotten a clean sheet.
This is just like Garoppolo. Just because he had 6 games where he won, let's give him a full max contract.
But you're saying you're taking
off of a small sample size.
Hold on, you're saying you don't trust our back line. And I'm saying,
I don't. I really don't.
And I'm saying we haven't even seen our full back line play yet.
So what's our full back line?
Rudiger, Tomori, really Tomori, because look, listen. I'm Tomori's biggest fan. Dude is cold. Emerson, and after today, hey, that number 24. Hey, they have to rip that C bell for Aspie.
That number that comes before Dina.
Hey, bro. Hey, they got to rip that C bell for Aspie the way Reece James played today.
Who's gonna get it?
Jorginho or Rudiger. Reece James is the truth.
Or Tommy.
Oh, Tommy, Abraham. I can't wait, bro. So we haven't even seen that back line yet. So what do you mean we need this back line? Look, I would say we would need replacements because at left back we have Marcus Alonso and the kid that came in, Ian Mertson, he played great, bro. Today. Okay.
We played Liverpool.
Hold on. But his team lost.
Yeah, but that because
look at what United did.
Because they're trash.
And look what United did. So there's still a chance that you can still not perform. And they perform. So I need to give them credit where credit is due at the end of the day.
My point is, when you have a team full of youth, they're most likely going to want to show the coach that, we want to
So why shouldn't Grimsby come to Stamford Bridge and do the same?
No, like, we have more talented youth players than they do.
Mm-hmm. But I'm saying, like, there was no yearning for them to even, like... But basically, I need to give them credit.
First of all, you're away as a team called Grimsby. You're away.
I don't know what
so
Grimsby
that already
even means.
Exactly. So you're already taking out
that sounds like a Harry Potter
That's already
spell.
one step down. Like, it's gonna take a lot for you to win. And then you're playing not only our best youth, but like some of them actually are starters.
Yeah.
And so
who starts that play today?
And who starts that play today?
Nobody that started play today.
I mean, players that have started in the Premier League, like
you call Zuma youth at this point?
No. I mean, he started before. Pedro started before. Barkley has started before. I'm just saying guys that have actually started for our squad. So these guys, like, you're not playing against scrubs. Like, these people play in the Premier League.
But
at the end of the day, like,
just need to give them credit. Let's lean more giving them positive. Like, you did well versus look at who we played. We scored 7 goals.
Yeah, my point is you should have done that.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, you gotta take it with a grain of salt because it's like 7-1. You should have won. My thing is,
I want to hold us to.
No, y'all never be coaches. Y'all would be like,
no, but I didn't. You're giving medals to every kid on the team. That's what you're doing. That's what you want.
They play well.
My point is, you have to hold your team to a high standard.
You should have played well. Like, you
have to hold your team to a high standard.
7 is OD.
Bro. It doesn't these people will never touch the Premier League. That's my point.
7 is OD though.
You can't name their 11.
7 is OD. When was the last time somebody scored 7? That's not a City. We're gonna get to them.
When was the last time you heard of the team you played today?
Okay, but my team at least but we came and performed and we completely.
Which is what you should have done.
But I'm saying at the end of the day they performed. I'm just going regardless of who we played. We came and performed.
Their goalkeeper he's not even gonna be our fifth option.
Regardless, Melvin, that's just the pessimistic way of looking at this game. But that's a really pessimistic way of looking, and you can admit that's a pessimistic way of looking at this game. I'm going based on what I saw.
No, it's not even pessimistic. It's just me saying I'm holding my club to a very high standard.
Yeah, that's
so beating this team 7-1, like you should have done that.
I'm not saying that we beat City. I'm just saying like from the.
That's how you're reacting.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that they played well. Reece James had 2 assists and 1 goal.
Cho should have had like 5 goals.
Have I mentioned Joe? Have I mentioned Cho for?
But that's my point. There's no game. There's no game in the Premier League where Cho should be having chances to have 5 goals.
Okay.
So that's my point. Like on his first game back, he already had 5 chances to score.
He only scored 1.
Exactly.
But how many chances did Reece James have to perform? And he performed every single one of them.
Who?
Reece James.
Today?
Yes. Even Billy Gilmore played out of his mind
like
today.
I don't even know what you just.
Like he played well. Like he played like he was flawless.
Like you should have.
So you should be flawless no matter who you play.
No, I didn't say no matter who you play. Against,
as a 19-year-old coming off
I said against this
against
team.
today though.
You 19-year-old against.
This is a scrimmage, really.
Nah,
this is a scrimmage.
Like
There's a reason why. There's a reason why when you see a team like Tottenham lose today, like the whole team, like Premier League's like, oh shit, they lost. What team was that? Like,
so
why do you think whenever Grimsby, whatever they're called, scored, like they even brought out security to stand up there? No, but why do you think they even brought out security? Because like they never thought they would even score a goal.
That was amazing. That was a great finish.
My point is, I have my club at a very high standard. I hold them to a very high standard. So beating this club that I've never heard of.
It's not about today. It's the individual performances.
The individual performance is like,
they
should have done that.
Yeah, like you can't just over.
I'm not overblowing it. I'm saying Reece James played well.
Yeah.
I say Ian Martin played very well.
No, but the way you're saying it is like he had a fantastic game. Fantastic. Like
I say he played very well. I say he had a great game.
All right.
He came in for also and nothing happened. At all. Nothing was happening on this side, and it was good at overlaps. Mm-hmm. Billy Gilmore, absolutely. That whole midfield should have just been called Billy Gilmore after this game. Like, he was that great.
Ross Barkley play well, too?
Don't piss me off.
Here's another thing that I thought about after the game.
Please don't say the penalty.
No, it's a penalty. So now it goes to show you that Lampard was probably lying. He's probably lying. True. Yeah.
Because Pedro took our penalty.
Exactly, and Barkley was there. So why are you saying he's our penalty taker if he's not taking it?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a great point. It's a great point. You never take one for my club again. Anyways, I was just really happy with what I saw. Pretty sure Reece James probably won't have. Brighton just lost 3-1 to Aston Villa.
Reece James had a goal and assist, right?
2 assists and 1 goal.
Oh yeah, 2 assists. What was the other assist?
Zuma and what was the other one?
I only know the Zuma one.
And Michi.
He gave Michi assists?
Yeah. Played very well. So Brighton just lost 3-1.
Who else lost
Aston
today?
Villa.
Who else lost today?
Nobody of importance.
Oh, no London clubs lost it.
Nobody of importance lost.
Yeah.
United almost lost because they're just ass.
I could have sworn a London team lost.
Tottenham?
Yeah.
They lost yesterday.
Oh, it was yesterday.
Okay. We'll get to you guys real quick. So previewing Brighton, they just lost 3-1 to Aston Villa, who are a very horrendous team. That basically
I would
means
say horrendous.
They just
Arsenal.
lost down 10 man.
Almost beat Arsenal.
With a 10-man Arsenal while up 2-1.
I mean, Arsenal.
I expect nothing. There's nothing.
Yeah, but Arsenal's a top. I expect at this point, like Arsenal's a top 6 side.
Melvin, I expect nothing than 6-0 against Brighton. Nothing less.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing less than 6-0 against Brighton at this point.
That's tough.
Cho, I need Cho to start. I need Mason Mount. I need our best 11 because they need the confidence boost.
You know that's not gonna happen.
I need the confidence.
You know that's not gonna happen.
Why not? Because we play Lille. We play Lille on Wednesday.
Cho is probably gonna play Lille, but he's not playing this game
against Brighton.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna play.
I don't think he's gonna start.
Pulisic's the one that may not start because Pulisic had a quiet game. Getting assists, but quiet.
Yeah, but I think I don't even know what's going on with Pulisic, honestly. Like, he had a really good Liverpool game when we played him in that Super Cup. And after that, like...
He was very sad. Michi's goal that Reece assisted, he was right in front of it, but he couldn't kick it because it was Michi's goal to score. And when he scored it, he was kind of upset. Like, he was like, damn. Because, like, if he scores that goal, momentum for him changes. Mm-hmm. The conversation for him changes. And, like, it was just, he was like, he literally clapped like that, and that was all. But he was kind of upset by it.
He's still yet to have a goal.
All
these young players around him are having goals.
He doesn't play. Tamori's scoring.
Cho just came today. Cho just came today. And he already scored.
Reece James is scoring.
He's scoring too. Yeah, Zuma's. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I just hope he doesn't lose confidence.
Somehow, someone needs to be rotated in. So that's what he has to play against Brighton.
Like against Brighton, what they have to do is they bring him on. Somebody will win the penalty, and then we'll do what they did with Arsenal for Pepe. Just give it to Pulisic.
But I want him to start against Brighton. Give him his confidence up. Mm-hmm. If he plays,
thing is, I don't know if he'll start. I don't think.
If he plays well, I'm saying if he plays well, start him against Lille and take him off.
I just feel like this weekend it'll probably be Pedro and Willian.
Huh?
Yeah.
God forbid! Please don't wish that on my club.
That's just my thing. Like
don't wish that on my club. Please.
Like that's not me. That's Lampard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I hope not. But yeah, moving forward, I guess we can preview Lille because we won't. We'll talk about that game. Mm-hmm. It's Lille away. Mm-hmm. I expect nothing less than 3-0.
I don't know what else to say. Yeah.
That's perfect. Okay. All right. So, why'd you guys lose twice in a row? Tottenham. Sorry.
I'll let you speak.
Oh yeah. Okay. You please pour me up, please, too. Melvin's gonna bully you, by the way. I'm gonna be the nice guy.
I don't know. Like I just part of me feels like as much as I love Poch and as much as good as he's been for us, I feel like there's just something different this year. It's just like
Thank you, sir.
He's changed up. He's
so winning. He's still being in the cup.
It's like I don't know. It's like last year we were so close, and then it's just
2 leagues.
And it's just like last year we were close, and like the only thing you felt like me and then like outsiders looking in, like it felt like the only thing you needed was like just to add depth to that squad, and then like and we did, and now it's just like why change the playing style? Like why change the way we play? Why change like I don't know, it's just different. Like for example, like the best example, like where it really like I guess like hit me was the Arsenal game. It's like we were playing as if like we were playing like a Real Madrid or a Barcelona, like taking a step back, letting them control the game, and then just fighting back on the counter.
Because it worked the first half.
And it did, but it's just. But even then,
like,
did it really work?
But later towards, it work as in like you guys score goals.
But it's like
low key, all's goals weren't
like
even like
Eriksen's goal, like
that wasn't amazing. The penalty was a stupid penalty.
Was it more of Arsenal's mistakes?
Yeah, it was more.
It was definitely more.
So
that's what I'm.
Low key, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, and it's like that's when it really hit me because it was just like, why are we playing like this? If all we need, like the playing style was perfect, everything we were doing was working. We had injuries and there was no one else that could play, and then like that dropped us back in the league, and then we were still in Champions League, but players were so fatigued or whatever it may be. You know, we lost a championship. So all we technically for what?
Champions League.
It's Liverpool.
No.
In the Champions League.
Oh, this last Olympiacos. That is again this.
You guys are up 2-0.
You guys
and that's what I'm saying.
But
like,
they were playing well though.
They were playing well. But like
Olympiacos.
You were away, right?
Yeah. But to me, it all started like when it really hit me was the Arsenal game. It was like, why are we playing as if like we're playing a Barcelona, like who actually dominates, who actually controls, and like I don't know. It's just
Do you
something.
think it's a Poch thing or it's a player thing?
To me,
do you think he's the one making dumb like tactics to play that way, or do you feel like the players are just kind of like?
To me, it's a mixture of both. Mm-hmm. To me, it's like, but I would definitely say it's like a 70-30, 70 Poch, 30 players, because like he.
Oh, you think it's more Poch?
I think it's more Poch, and like that's what like. Relax. He can stay at my club as long as he wants. Okay. No, but like that's the thing. Like it's more so. To me, I see it as more so him just changing styles, changing philosophies, and then like the biggest thing for me is like you have to play players while they're hot, and not playing Mora.
Especially against Arsenal, right?
He hasn't played. He finally got playing time until he didn't get playing time until until a League Cup game. Like he didn't come on as a sub. Like in important games when he was on it. Like he didn't come on against Arsenal. He didn't come on in the first couple of games. Well, he did, and then he won us a game.
So he hasn't had any injuries.
No injury, and like he's just been like bench, and like and what pisses me off is like I love Lamela. I love him. But he shouldn't be playing as much as he's playing. He's starting every game.
Every game I've seen, Lamela's on the.
He's starting every game. He's not coming off.
Cam sometimes.
Exactly. So like.
Well, I mean, he's kind of biased because they're both Argentinian.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that's a complete Poch thing. So like, and then like the one thing like when it comes to players, it's like, if you're Eriksson and you're playing against a league like a league cup game.
You're looking at it like, why am I?
But and then it's just like, and then even then you put him in, he's playing like, why isn't he getting his goals? Like, why is he playing like that level player and playing down to that level?
Yeah, because Eriksson doesn't want to play that game.
Exactly.
That game Eriksson should be
playing. But even
the League Cup game.
Yeah, Eriksson shouldn't be playing that game.
So it just doesn't make sense to me. Like I love Poch and like
so
I don't know.
I see why you're putting 70 on Poch.
It doesn't make sense. Like just what's happening. Like I see favoritism.
So what
with
can you
Lamela.
say on the player side?
For me on the player side, it's like I don't know. It's just like I just feel like we're not clinical enough. Like this season, like last season, it was just like if it wasn't Harry Kane, it was Son. And if it wasn't Son, then it was just somebody else just coming through. And this season, it's just like. There's no one being clinical. Like
do you feel like this could be a season of
Don't say it.
A season of
no I don't.
Do you feel like this is a season where they just came in feeling like every year we go in like this is the year we're gonna win a trophy, and this season they just finally like we're not winning anything. So
no, to me,
do you feel like they're like that?
To me, it's just like I just feel like we like Harry Kane doesn't score in August, or was it September? August, right? I just feel like that we're just in that like the whole. It's not just like Kane. It's like the team as a whole is like having that kind of like period where it's just like everyone's just kind of like slumped. Like no one is really like feeling up to it. Like to me, it's gonna take like a game where we can like just turn it's gonna take one game where it'll be like a 5-0, and then it'll just be like okay.
Because, I mean, my thing is, I see that you guys aren't having a great start to the season, but I kind of look at the way things started off last year, especially Champions League, and how you guys were like damn near about to be out.
On the podcast, I said,
I was saying we should have just tanked. Like
exactly.
we should have just bowed out.
I feel like it's one of those seasons y'all just having a slow start. Eventually y'all just gonna be where y'all should be or whatever. So do you feel like it's one of those, or you just feel like this season is just
I don't see. This is the thing. Like in the past, I've been like like we're just having a slow start, and then we'll catch up. Different. This year, I don't know. It's like why
the feeling feels different.
The feeling feels different. The way Poch is doing things feels different, and at the same time, I'm not gonna completely throw it on Poch because I feel like we should have backed Poch way earlier than when we did this season, and even this season we did what? We spent $60 million on one player, and then the rest were just like filling. Like we loaned in Lo Celso.
Yes, sir, got debacle.
We bought in. It's like I don't know. It's just like
they didn't.
It's just like we didn't back him, even though we did back him. We didn't back him the way we should have. And it honestly it won't surprise me at all.
How much did y'all spend this year?
It was like 60. It was like 68 on. It was like 60 something on Ndombele. Yeah. It was about like 15 or something.
He's shown glimpses.
This also is a loan, right?
Lo Celso's a loan with an option to buy.
Sessegnon is what?
Sessegnon was like he's been hurt.
Wow.
So it's like Lo Celso he's only come on as a sub, and I think he's only come on as a sub. Sessegnon hasn't played a minute, and then Ndombele played 2 great games and then he was hurt. And that was it.
That was it?
That's what I'm saying. Like, even though we backed him, like...
And you guys even sold Trippier.
Yeah. So it's like, even though we backed him with what, one player?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Like, and so that's what I'm saying. Like,
what position do you think you guys should have got?
I love Sissoko. I like he's all of a sudden become
two midfielders.
And that's what I'm saying.
So what other position?
I love Sissoko, but he should have been gone. You should have brought Wanyama and Sissoko should have left this summer.
Sissoko already gone. You have Dombele.
Well, no, Sissoko's still with us and Wanyama's still
I'm
with
saying
us.
they should.
Yeah.
Wanyama's not there, is he?
He is.
I thought he left.
He is. I think he played yesterday or something
he
like
played
that.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was about to leave.
This is it. Like, to me, Wanyama and Sissoko should have been gone, and Dombele and Winks should have been the starters, and then you should have bought someone else to add depth to that. You should have bought, and then
to add depth
to the central midfield.
Is Lascelles not?
I see him more as a cam. Like we brought him to add pressure to Eriksen.
What's formation 4-2-3-1, right?
Yes.
So that means you have who's your two holding? You have
Ndombele and Sissoko, and then Winks is like the guy who steps in everyone.
And who's the fourth guy?
I mean, you could say Wanyama, but I mean, it's not really.
So you don't. Which one out of those four do you not want? Sissoko and Wanyama?
I want Sissoko.
Sissoko was playing well though.
No, he did, but he's like that one guy that he'll lose a game for you. Like there was games last season, and it was who was it against? I don't remember the exact game, but he was, or was it this? I don't remember, but he's the kind of guy where it's like. The game is tied, and he's 1-on-1, and he can win you the game, and he'll blow it. And it's not even like it was
defensively or offensively.
Offensively, like he provides nothing to you offensively, and it's just like it just so happens to be that the momentum of the game brings him, and it's just 1-on-1 him, and he'll lose it for you.
Okay, I've always thought he's. Like at least last year he played really well. So
no, he did.
What was he doing right?
But what I'm saying is. You sell high before, like kind of like the Bill Belichick thing. You sell high while you can.
Oh, so you wanted to sell him
him while he's hot.
You see that this is only a one season.
Yeah, no, it was only a 1-2 season thing, and then this season you're gonna see a little bit of a downfall, and then next season he's gonna be irrelevant. Yeah. So like you sell Sissoko, you sell Wanyama, and Ndombele and Winks are your starters, and then you buy depth for that.
So who do you replace them with? Who did you want in general?
There wasn't necessarily
because y'all still have January.
Yeah, there wasn't necessarily a guy. I felt like it was that guy and that's it. Like to me, it's just you have to add depth to that. You have to add depth to that. And Sissoko, I mean, I can see why you could keep Sissoko for depth, but at the same time, I don't see Sissoko taking the bench.
Were you for the Dybala thing or no?
I was all about the Dybala thing. To me, sell Eriksen, you bring Dybala and Lo Celso in, we're fine. Because to me, anything Dybala can, I mean, Eriksen can do, anything Eriksen can do, Dybala can do better. On his day, Dybala is a different guy, man.
Eriksen makes that midfield his.
Yeah.
But Eriksen picks and chooses. So
you're saying Dybala's better than Eriksen?
I think Dybala's better than Eriksen. I wouldn't.
That may be a little.
Don't say.
Arguable.
I'm not saying he's like by far better than Eriksen, but I think.
But if you had one player to pick for your team,
it's Dybala all day.
Dybala's much younger. He's like 25. Eriksen's like 28, 29, right?
Dybala to me would have fit in perfect simply because like.
Why would he fit in perfect? Because the thing is, when I see Tottenham, I see Eriksen as the guy who pulls the strings. Like he runs the show. He's the De Bruyne of y'all's team.
And basically.
So I don't think Dybala is that type of player. I think Dybala is more striking than he is passing. And so I feel like Eriksen's more needed for y'all's squad than Dybala would be. Because you already have striking. You already have Kane. You already have.
He's alright.
I
have a better English striker on my team.
You have Son. You have. You have Kane, Son, and Lucas. So like you don't really need striking necessarily. You need more creativeness or whatever. So I feel like that's why Eriksen would probably be more suited. That's why he is more suited for y'all.
I honestly think it's Eriksen fatigue as a Spurs fan. He's been here so long.
Oh, and so you kind of like bored with him.
And it's like it's the same thing every year. It's just like it's the same thing every year. It's just like he'll show up against Watford, and then
Watford,
and then he won't show up against on a day you need him. Like if it's Man U, if it's Liverpool, if it's Chelsea, if it's Man City, Arsenal, it doesn't matter. Like he just doesn't show up. He doesn't show up. But he'll show up against Watford and Aston Villa and
as Melvin was saying,
Burnley.
as he should.
Yeah,
so like
as he should.
So like it just doesn't. I don't know. It's just like I feel like we need a new face in there, and
you just need to spice it up.
Exactly, because it's like the same thing over. It's like the same thing over and over again is not gonna work.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So it's like
y'all have literally had like the same exact squad.
Exactly, and then it's just like, and then that's why like it doesn't.
So you think Eriksen's the odd man out?
Eriksen is the Eriksen is the odd man out.
I feel like the guys that you have to keep is Son, Kane, and Lucas for sure.
So yeah, so to
I
me,
feel like Dele and Eriksen might be.
So to me, the untouchables are Kane, Son, Lucas, and Ndombele.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's.
You know what I'm saying, but like those four, like besides that, build around that team. Like build around that. Everyone else is replaceable.
You don't want Ali either.
He's just another one. It's just like
I feel like with Ali, he's just had more. He's had too many injuries as of late.
And
even after, because what was that one? Was it the season that Chelsea won with Conte?
Yeah,
he had his best season.
Yeah,
and everyone thought
and
like the following year.
The thing is, and Dele is the opposite of Eriksen. Dele will show up in big games, and then he's like when he should show up against like whoever, he doesn't. Like he's not interested.
That's a good compliment then.
Yeah. So then you just don't play him in those small games. Yeah. And then against United, against City.
I don't know. There's something just feels different about this season, and for the most part, I feel like it's Poch, and just.
So do you guys
his
get out of this group stage or no?
Oh no, I think we get out of the group stage.
You and who else?
It's us and Bayern. And then it's Olympiacos.
Yeah, Olympiacos, low key.
I mean,
I don't know. No. Like if that Bayern game, look, put your players on suicide watch. The way Coutinho and they literally are benching players because they said they have too much attack. Imagine that being a problem. Hey, we have too many attackers, and Lewandowski is still putting the ball in the back of the net. I don't know, man. Yeah. But you could also have a big game against them. I would just say when you guys go to Germany, just fresh people.
Where did you guys have? Where did you have you guys finish in this season? Because I know what's his name. Ephraim said first.
Okay.
He doesn't believe that. But I told you in the beginning he didn't believe that.
No. So I expect I like even right now I still expect nothing less than 3. It has to be 3. We kept the same squad. We added pieces. Obviously, I expect us to close the gap, but even closing the gap between the top 2 is not even much.
On paper, y'all should finish third.
It should have been 3.
You guys added
it should
players.
be 3.
We lost our best player, so that's why on paper y'all should finish third.
This is my thing with y'all though. Y'all are playing with house money, meaning it's a bunch of young players. The expectation was so low going in.
Well, yeah, and that's why.
And it's like it doesn't matter.
I said that for us coming into this season, I expect us to finish 6th.
Exactly,
and that's pretty much where everyone else, in a way, expects us to finish, like pretty low.
Exactly,
except this guy. But since we have such low expectations,
it can only be positive.
There's less pressure on us. Like we don't have pressure to finish in the top 4.
And Tottenham is expected. We're expected to win a trophy. It literally doesn't even matter what it is. It's like if you can win a trophy, that's all you. That's all you need.
That's one less competition you're in for that.
So
already
just started. Now Premier League is already like what? How many points behind are you?
We're behind by 10 points already, and we're tied.
Yeah, so I can already say Premier League 2. I'm not even gonna lie. Like
everybody wanted us to win. The deep down, everybody wanted us to win.
No, I'm pretty sure everyone wants to win.
Yeah. But, is that all against? I mean, okay. How did you feel about the VAR ruling?
Oh yeah, it was like by a thread of the clothes.
By a fingernail.
Look, last season VAR was so good to us. I don't.
Even the beginning of this season.
I don't have a right. I don't have a right to complain.
That same call for who was it? Who scored that goal? Jesus.
Yeah.
I think that same call happened in like a Newcastle game, and they ended up letting it count. So it was just like
that, and so that's what I'm saying. Like it's been so good to even if even though we didn't win last year, like the way we advanced in the Champions League was so like fulfilling, like as a fan, that it's just like I can't get mad at VAR, like no matter what. Like
so you don't take issue.
VAR helped you out, yeah, for real.
No, like I even if I do take issue with it,
it was just that.
I can't voice it.
That City game, bro.
It was just that City game. The City game.
That was the only game y'all got helped.
But that was enough.
But
that was more than enough.
It was way more than enough. So it's like
enough.
I can't complain at all.
That.
I wasn't even too mad when they called the PK in the final against Liverpool. Like it was like, damn.
That Leicester game was that Maddison goal. I'm sorry.
So do you think because a lot of people have been saying that the one reason why we wanted VAR in the Premier League at least was because calls apart from offside were being kind of officiated like wrongly, whether it's like a handball that leads to a goal or something like that.
I mean,
but the offside part, nobody really was pressing them to get VAR on it. And since they brought VAR, they implemented on every single thing.
And that's the thing, like that. Like if you get something good, you're gonna get it to its extreme.
Yeah.
So it's like which I mean, like if we're really talking about it, like, would you rather it be right or would you rather it be wrong? Because it's just like it's going to be right all the time. So it's just like
not all the time.
I mean, offsides for sure is gonna be right.
I already said offsides, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So, and that's what I'm saying. Like you're gonna get it to its extreme.
Offsides is the easiest.
So it's just like
offsides it just can't be debated.
Yeah,
it's like the little foul. It's like, bro, come on.
So that's what I'm saying. The little fouls and stuff like that. That's really what we brought it in for, not for the offside. And so I hear some people complaining that, why'd you even do it for offside? Like he was barely offside. Like you have to measure that.
But that's the thing. Like the offside rule became like just so people don't like cherry pick, and it got to the point where it's like, okay, like how much are we gonna start judging it? Is it like you're like barely a foot? How do you judge barely a foot? So it's like you just can't be in front of them. But let's be honest, bro. Like if I'm ahead of you by this much, how much more can you do as a player? How much more ahead of you am I really?
How much of a disadvantage am I to...
Like, Pulisic against Liverpool.
Like, that was like, what?
No, but he was in front of him.
But my point is, he even still had to cut back in to go and score. So, it's like, he still had to do more work to score.
But Mounts against Liverpool?
Yeah.
Dude, he legit... No, it was literally like this much.
But that's where VR for offside could come into, like, an issue. Because it's literally just like what you asked earlier. How far back did they go?
Yeah.
Because... that goal we scored against Liverpool, I don't think the offside like really had a factor.
When they call offsides like on Alonso,
I don't think
on Mount.
Exactly.
So Mount even passed to Alonso for him to cross. It wasn't even like he was.
And so that's like it wasn't even a factor as to why we scored.
We talk about VAR too much on this podcast. At this point, bro, like at this point, just I've accepted it. I've accepted it for what it's gonna be.
Were there any other games we had this weekend?
Can we crown Kevin De Bruyne as the best player in EPL?
I've been saying he was. But last year, since he was injured, everybody was just looking at me like I'm crazy.
Not me.
He's the best midfielder in the world.
I've always said if there's one player I would want to play like, it's him.
Yeah, you told me that.
It's definitely him.
Mm-hmm.
That granted, like Melvin will say, ooh, they're playing. Regardless,
what
nah, dude.
I didn't say that.
But they're literally 20th.
No.
In the EPL, Watford.
No, I never said that about Watford.
But but they're 20th in the EPL.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said that. If you're in the Premier League, you're in the Premier League. You expect anything from any team. I never said that about that game. What I said about that game was, don't play City after they've lost their last game. That's what I said. You shouldn't play them after they lost. They're most likely going to beat you.
Because they took a little bit of anger out on, was it Shakhtar that they played?
Mm-hmm.
Or Dynamo, who had one trash team in Champions League.
I swear they always get Shakhtar.
I think they were like only 3. Nah, let's ratchet it up.
Yeah.
No, when I saw them score first minute, I was like, this is gonna be a long day. And then five
the Watford game against City.
No, I stopped watching after like
in the second half.
It was 5 goals after 18
I think
minutes.
I think it was like 2-0, and I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Orlando, in the second half, I don't think I've ever seen a performance so great than what Kevin De Bruyne did. Like, you know, I was saying you control midfield. He controlled the game. If Kevin De Bruyne said, let's all move to the right, they were all moving to the right. There was a time he had 3 defenders around him. and the goal. He got the ball. He was facing the goal. He said, turned in front of all three of them, pushed the ball, and I was like, bro, can y'all stop this man? And his goal, bro, his goal.
It's getting to a point where I'm like,
City just not.
No,
fair.
It's getting to a point
No,
where
City's
I'm
never
really
been
starting
fair.
to even debate whether how much far is Hazard from him.
Hey,
No, I'm being serious. Like,
He may be on something, though.
how much farther is
He
Hazard?
may be on-
from
But
him?
thing is,
De Bruyne-
Hazard never takes days off. I would never forgive Kevin De Bruyne for taking the day off against France in the World Cup. I'll never.
Okay,
forgive him for
yeah,
that.
and that's the thing. Hazard, like in the World Cup, like this dude, he did
That was the day
he
earned
wanted
his
it
money.
more than anybody in that field. That's I can say that about Hazard. He wanted it more than
Kevin De
anyone
Bruyne
on that
and
field.
Lukaku just took a
And
day
so you
off,
can
and I was
say-
just like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
here?
but like when you see games like this from De Bruyne, you're just like his talent.
Bro, I really wish he watched.
Did you see
like,
his goal?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Like it wasn't even off of like a running stance or anything like that. It was just standing.
The cut in
Like
was like
like where does that power come from? Because you're just from a standing position.
nah, he
He's-
cut in.
Yeah, you're
and
cutting,
shot
but
it
like
first
Yeah.
time.
no,
I was
yeah,
like,
but you're not running to. You know, like when you're running towards the ball, you're most likely gonna have a lot of power when you hit the ball, or if the ball's coming at you fast and you just volley it. But like you're in a standing position, the ball's basically still. Like it wasn't like moving fast, and you still have that much power to. I was just like, wow.
He's one of the filthiest players, like easily.
And just
It just-
passing. It's just-
It's just like
How?
if he can stay healthy for one full
he
season.
stayed healthy the first time they won.
Yeah, no, but like
again,
it's
like,
always
dude, I need to see it again. I need to be wild again.
No, after that first time, I didn't have to be shown again. I already knew he was the best. Like bro, he was making passes that first year, like they won. That like it just curves.
I'll never forget.
I was like,
what was that one pass?
Bro.
Outside the foot, left foot,
Bro, and
it just around like the defender was right next to the right next to
the
Aguero,
defender
but he
didn't know
couldn't touch the ball.
I was like, what? After that is when I decided De Bruyne is just on a different level from everyone. Like,
Could have been
it's just
another-
not fair.
could have been another blue jersey, but we wanted to.
Imagine if it was still him, Salah is still there. We talk about this.
yeah,
every
y'all
year,
are
but, you know,
wild. Y'all are wild.
Can we not bring it up? And still Hazard. And
What
Tammy,
happened to
Tammy,
United
Tammy,
this weekend, though?
Tammy, bruh. Hold on. So, United lost to West Ham 2-0 because they're that bad. Or also, they're also suffering a lot of injuries, I will say.
But United is in shambles. They've been in shambles for a while, and it's just like they just need a clean house, honestly.
The
Like,
funniest video is watching what's his name, Rio Ferdinand. There was this video of him in the after one Champions League performance. He was
the
like,
old lady.
he was
Old lady
like,
with the wheel.
just put the contract there and let him write the number how much.
I know exactly what you're talking about, yeah.
That had me dead,
I
but
don't know, man.
so their team, in a way, like I even feel like our team is better.
Not field. I've been said this from the
But
beginning.
I mean, on paper, they should be.
But
better.
I
like,
knew from the
yeah.
first game, I was like, bro, they're not better than us.
there's nothing about United
Mhm.
that should scare anyone,
Yeah, exactly.
and it's just like, and that's sad because like they have one of the most expensive midfielders.
Pogba's
The
a
most
great-
expensive
he's a great-
defenders. What has he done? We
Yeah,
haven't heard about Maguire
exactly.
all year.
Tomori's
Exactly.
way better than him. Tomori is 2 times Harry Maguire. No cap. Harry Maguire, no. 2 Harry Maguires is what Tomori is. I'm being serious.
No, I stated from the start that Maguire was very overpriced. 80 million.
And what was crazy was we didn't even.
The-
It was saying that
You
was
know-
hard to say after the first game
Yeah.
because they kept the
Because-
clean
yeah,
sheet
exactly.
and all
But
that.
do you know what people were telling me?
Right after that game, we were like, wait,
And
hold
the
on.
and the
But do you
thing
know what
is,
people were telling me about? I'll let you speak after this. But do you know what people were telling me after that? Like after they purchased Maguire, they were like, "Well, that's just how the business
That
is now."
true.
Like,
that is true.
Yeah.
I didn't care. He's not worth that
He's not.
much
He's
at
not,
all.
but that-
I don't
but
care
that-
what. I don't care what era of the market we're in. Like, he's not worth that much at all.
What were you gonna say?
that's the thing though. Like, he's not a bad defender. Like
He's not bad.
He's a good center
He
back.
needs to be your second
But
one, though.
exactly. But
Yeah,
the moment
but-
you pay that price for him,
you expect
you're
him to be Van
expecting
Dijk.
Delete.
That's what
you're expecting.
Tomori.
Even Delete went for
Wow.
less.
I put Tomori in that conversation, bro.
No,
Hey, relax.
what makes me mad? What makes me mad is that Delete costs less
He costs
than
less.
Maguire,
And he's not even playing.
and
And
he's
And
younger,
he's not
Exactly.
even playing.
and he's younger.
And that's the thing is, I would still get. It's not even because he's younger. I would still get him because I think he's better than him.
Exactly. So
And-
that's the thing.
I
So
don't
like,
know, even 40.
And that's
I would,
not-
I would look. You start thinking,
Hey,
is it worth it? Is it worth it for?
I'm not gonna lie. I would sell. So how much was the lit for?
It's like
78.
7, yeah,
Right now, how much do you think Van Dijk would go for?
probably like 140.
140.
Yeah,
And Harry Maguire was 80.
yeah.
Damn. So Tomori's at least 100. After his
Tomori, I would say Tomori. I don't.
I'm done. I'm done talking about
After
tomorrow.
these performances,
He's not even been spoken about, so I don't think that nobody would put a value on him like that.
I don't know, dude. I'm sorry. I got
You drank too much.
He's so good.
You drank too much.
He's
That's
so
what I mean.
good. Anyways, United's not that great, and the draw happened for a Cowbarrel Cup, and they'll be coming to Stamford Bridge. Meaning, I expect nothing from the.
Wait, that's who we're playing next.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I
Okay.
expect nothing less than 4-0. Nothing less than 4-0.
Okay, but
Game.
We need like the way we're gonna.
You
reap
know
revenge
they're
on them
going to
is
show
bad.
up for that game.
They
though.
are, but I don't care. I still think because that when we play like what's that late October.
Oh, that's when it is.
I'm asking.
It
I don't know.
I'll see.
I didn't
what-
even know the
I'll-
draw
it
I'll-
honestly wouldn't
The draw
surprise.
was right after the game.
It wouldn't surprise me if I go to PKs. Like they're going to show up for that game. That's the thing. Like it. I don't know. It's just like no matter how much, like how bad they are. If it's an
I feel
English
like-
team,
We play the 29th.
I feel like that's a game where we should win because of what happened on the
You know, we'll be
first
back
game
by
of the
that
season.
time.
Because of what happened in the first game of the season, we lost 4-0. So I expect us to have a
Emerson will be back. Rudiger will be back.
hopefully no one's out.
Conte is gonna be healthy by then.
Kante, probably the best midfielder in the world.
And y'all are lucky.
Him and De Bruyne are neck and neck.
And y'all are lucky because Loftus-Cheek doesn't come back until like early November. Y'all are so lucky, bro. Y'all don't. Oh my god. Because at that point, if Loftus-Cheek comes, and then
okay. Is Loft okay? I just what's your opinion on this? Is Loftus-Cheek a luxury or is he like? Because to me, if you take Kante out of your team is trash.
I don't think we're trash. I just think we're not.
But
I would say
and Loftus-Cheek to me is more of like a luxury player, like someone you have that like he just adds that extra, but like
Who do you
he's
think
not
are-
integral to your
Who do you
team.
think our 11 would be if he comes back? Everyone healthy.
That's tough.
I don't know if you know our team like that or that well.
No, I know he.
No,
I'm
yeah,
sure he knows.
I do.
Yeah.
I
God, this test right here.
I don't know though. That's difficult because the way I see Loftus-Cheek, he's a luxury player to me. Like he's not someone you have to have on you. Like for example, for example, if you take, and this is not a fair comparison, but I'm just trying to make an example here. Like if you take Kane off of our team, he's an integral part of what Tottenham do. And once you take him off, it's a completely different team.
Yeah.
I think it's like
Loftus-Cheek isn't that team. He just adds that extra to your team. Like it's just like
and that's an extra that when we
well,
get is
to
gonna
be fair,
bad.
to be fair with you, like or to be fair for him or whatever. Loftus-Cheek, when I don't know if you watched him in the Europa League last year, but this guy was on a different.
he can
level.
ball. He can ball.
And so, if you look at our midfield right now, it's not too many players you can say that he's not like at least as good as.
Like the thing is like
So, and that's my thing. Like
and so that's what I'm saying. Like for you to say like he's just a luxury player, like it's,
like Orlando, Kovacic is our best dribbler on the field. Imagine
'Cause-
having somebody a better dribbler than
Like-
him that can score and that could still find little nooks and crannies to hide
and
himself in.
he's tall enough to hit the ball.
That's why
too.
like he's literally.
Okay, so that's why I was saying if you go look at our starting 11, that's really why I was
So-
gonna ask you. So you have Conte for sure. I'm
But
pretty sure
easily.
Jorginho has to play.
Jorginho has to play.
And so now you're left with like, let's say
Right.
we're playing 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. That third midfield spot has to be between Kovacic, Mount, and RLC.
and that's the thing.
So-
So if you're in a must win game, do you start Cheek over Mount and
Mount, you'll find a way to put Mount in Loftus-Cheek. You find a way. No. Like, Orlando, you.
I mean, over Kovacic is what I'm saying.
Oh,
like,
yeah, for sure.
Yes, that
I
was
would
the
put
question.
both.
That was the question.
The reason why is because Kovacic has never scored a goal for Chelsea.
It's not question.
I don't know.
I'm not
That
look,
alone.
Orlando's not question.
Alone.
Orlando, I'll tell you right now, we're starting Mount over Kovacic.
I'll start both of them over Kovacic.
Yeah. It's not like he's bad.
The debate's not even Kovacic, it's Mount and Loftus-Cheek, if anything.
It's not like he's bad. RLC and Mount are just that good.
Yeah.
They are the future.
Loftus-Cheek has had a hat trick before.
They are the future of England.
See, because I don't know. If it's a must-win game.
If it's a must-win game, why do you put Kovacic over?
Exactly. I need somebody who can score goals.
He's never scored a goal for Chelsea.
Mount has scored more goals than Kovacic.
No, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like Mount or Kovacic. Like I don't know if I can put in Loftus-Cheek.
So you don't think Loftus-Cheek is as good as Mount, is what you're saying? Or
he's not. He's better than Kovacic. Look, I'll cut. He's better than Kovacic. He's better than Kovacic.
I'll tell you that now. Yeah,
he's better.
But I don't know. Like if in a must-win game. I'd honestly rather him come off the bench.
I will say in a must-win game, if you have Conte and Jorginho,
that's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying,
do you really need Loftus-Cheek if you have Conte and Jorginho in there?
No, if anything, you don't need Kovacic because those two players aren't scorers.
Here's the thing.
Loftus-Cheek is a scorer.
I'm talking about.
You're saying, do you need Conte? Do you need RLC if you have Conte and Jorginho? He doesn't play that deep. Yeah.
No, I know.
I know,
but they still do so much of the same things. They're like
so much of the same thing. How?
They're all on, like they all control that midfield.
But RLC's also like good at creating for other players, which the other two aren't amazing.
Okay, so then what would you put Loftus-Cheek in there for?
You put him in to
create.
But would you say Mount is a better creator though?
You need both.
No, I'll say that Loftus-Cheek, he's needed there more than Kovacic for sure because he knows how to put the ball in the back of the net. Mm-hmm. So that one's already out of question.
Yeah.
He can dribble as good, if not better, than Kovacic. So that's already another reason why I would have him on there. He's much taller than him, so he can head the ball much better than him. And so
he can score.
I'm already putting him ahead of Kovacic. So now it comes between Mount and him. Mount, I would say, just because of the form he's in, that's why it even becomes a conversation.
Yeah.
Before the season, RLC was already on there without
I
question.
would say Chelsea fans, we rate him very highly. Like,
yeah, we rate him very
highly. If we were to name our top 5, he's in there.
Because if you really look at the way this guy dribbles and his speed and his there was a point where people were saying he's probably what Pogba should have been. People were saying that.
If he didn't get hurt this season, I think you would understand what we're talking about.
And
like,
so
I used to try to tell Melvin this since like last summer, bro.
Oh,
he never believed.
He never believed this guy. He's like, who's that?
I used to be like, bro, this was off the shit video.
Shut up. Just shut up. You don't even know what you're talking about. It'll piss me off right now. You know damn well I was the one saying that.
I used to be like, bro, this dude Loftus-Cheek is so cold.
No, but at the end of the day, like if you're picking your best 11, if anything, I would probably have. I'll have Tammy. I'll find a way to have Tammy, Cho, Mount, and Loftus-Cheek in the same lineup.
You need to have,
I would find a way to have all four of those guys.
What you could do is you can do the 4-2-3-1,
and you have Cantillon, and then you have the three of
those guys. Y'all are ready.
Oh my day.
Y'all are ready.
Oh Jesus.
I'm getting so excited, bro. December 28th we play Arsenal, and if we're healthy, bro, just quit that game. I'm being serious. Just forfeit.
And low-key, Lampard is excited to have those four guys in this attack.
And then you still have Pulisic coming off the bench.
Bro, he's just
keeping
us on our toes for now. Like, you know what's coming, but you know.
Who do you guys have coming back? Ndombele, what's his name?
Ndombele, and then
Lo Celso's still hurt, right? Or is he not hurt?
Lo Celso's hurt. Like, it's just like, everyone, literally all the guys we got are hurt.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's just like,
I would say another signing that is blowing me away every game he plays, Sabalos. I already say his name.
Not every game.
Oh, Ceballos.
Not every game.
From Arsenal?
What did he do this last game?
The dude is balling.
He controlled the whole midfield.
He does. No.
Honestly, I didn't even watch the game because I was listening to Chelsea.
He balls. And he is a baller.
Yeah, he balled from the beginning of the season, but I don't think I've heard much of him since.
He played well against Tottenham. He played once he came out against Tottenham.
It changed the whole game. It changed the whole game.
What was the game against Watford? Mm-hmm. Once he came out, the game changed. Like that's when they started losing. And then Aston Villa, there's only so much you can do down.
Yeah, no, that's the kind of player he is, and
he's so good. I'm not gonna lie. If there was a Real player, I should have been him. He's that good.
Really?
He's better than Kovacic. Like he's that.
I mean, there's just no space in him in Real Madrid.
Yeah, but we need Kovacic because of the position he can play. Yeah. Damn, he's
really good, dude.
So you're saying he's the best?
He's what Ozil. He's what they expect Ozil to be.
He's what Ozil.
I'm being serious. He's exactly what they expect Ozil to be. He's that good. I wish we had him.
So he's the best new signing for this year.
Overall, who are the new signings? Wan-Bissaka didn't move in.
Daniel James
he's better.
Daniel James been balling too.
He's better than Daniel James.
Honestly, I hadn't been thinking about it that way, but yeah,
he's probably the best.
I'd probably say he's the best one. Yeah,
and
it's still really early. So so far he's done nothing but balled out. Now if Ndombele was still playing and he kept playing like the first 2 games,
that goal he had, who was it against?
Against Aston Villa.
That was a good goal.
It's just first game he was being trashed the whole first half. And then ever since, and it was just like he dominated. Like every single aspect of the game, he dominated. So I still think he has the potential to be everything we want him to be and more. Because he's what Sissoko is and more. So he can do everything Sissoko does, and he can create, and he can play offense. Like so that's why, like, to me, even though Ceballos is balling, it just.
You played for Lyon last year, right?
Yeah.
I saw last year he was balling. Yeah.
Predictions. We can predict.
Finish.
We can predict. We can predict both EPL and UEFA because that's next week.
Let's do it.
Next week.
Who's playing?
Next week. So EPL, Brighton, Chelsea, 6-0. Everton, City, 4-1.
Everton, okay. Who's home? Everton, right?
Everton.
Because City was home this past week. Yeah.
What do you say, Orlando?
I'll say 4-1.
Wait, who was it?
3-0-4-1.
Everton City?
Sounds right.
Yeah. 4-1 sounds right.
Yeah.
Sheffield, Liverpool, 4-0. Bournemouth, West Ham.
West Ham.
Bournemouth.
West Ham.
West Ham's.
They're coming off a high right now.
And that's exactly why I say Bournemouth.
Okay.
I say Bournemouth 1-0. Aston Villa, Burnley. Jesus Christ. Why are there games like this?
I don't want to watch that game.
I think Burnley won that game.
I see Burnley winning that game, even though it's in Villa.
Yeah, I see.
Norwich, Palace.
Norwich. Timu Puki's best striker in the Premier League.
Huh?
Have you heard of him?
Did y'all hear something?
Bro, that dude, he's like 40 years old and he's balling. Okay, dude is old. He is 40 years old. And he's balling. Norwich. I'm riding the hype.
I mean, for being honest, Aguero has the most goals. He has 8.
He has 8.
You know who has 7? Oh, Tommy Abraham. Okay. Tottenham, Southampton.
Okay,
I
look.
guess y'all can
Look. This is the game I'm talking about. This is the game where it should all just change. It should all just start clicking.
This should be your momentum.
This should be like a 5-6-0, and then it should turn.
5-6-0.
It should turn around from here.
Ambitious. Southampton's not that bad this season.
I don't care. It should turn around from here.
Win, loss, draw. Win, loss, win, draw, win. Not that bad this season. Wolves, Watford. That's an even game.
Wolves.
I say 2-2.
Wolves.
I think.
I feel like Watford feels like they need to go back down.
I think Wolves
to the championship
feel like they
what
have
they
to
just went through.
What they just went through, I feel that. On Sunday, the only game on Sunday, Leicester, Newcastle.
Leicester,
Newcastle. Yeah. Leicester.
And the game of the week, aka El Sakiko. United versus Arsenal.
Bro, if there's one game I don't know what will happen, this is the game. This is the game.
I have no clue.
Like, I don't know. I just throw it up in
I
there.
have no clue.
It could be anything, really. I don't know the prediction for this game.
And the thing is, I feel like whoever wins this game is gonna be talking like
whoever loses
so much
gets sacked.
And it's
I don't.
Both of these teams are.
It's still too early to say.
I don't think Emery will get sacked.
You think,
especially after
Social will
back,
get sacked after everybody?
I think
said Social. I said Emery.
No, but I'm saying, if you say
I think
Emery will, you think Social will? Though?
If it's embarrassing enough, I think he could.
It's in Old Trafford too.
If it's embarrassing enough, I think he could.
I don't, because here's the thing. Social could say these past 2 games he hasn't had like his full squad. Like
he kind of did this game.
He didn't have Pogba.
He did have Pogba.
This last game?
Pogba just played today.
No, not today. You're playing against what's it called? I'm talking about the past 2 Premier League. I don't even know who they play against this today. I'm talking about their past 2 Premier League games. Mm-hmm. He hasn't had his best like players, so it's like
it's still at Sakiko.
It is, but like for this weekend, like even if they lose, he could have a argument like, well, I mean, I know it's 3 games in a row, or whatever,
I just picture him like begging, like, look, I didn't have Pogba, please, like.
Yeah. So like he could have an argument as to why he's been losing like this, but it's United. They have high expectations, but I feel like every year United's expectations are going low and low. So
did you see that they are trying to like a 3-year plan or something like that?
It used to be
they're like they're Man U, and now they're on a plane to get back. Like,
so I don't know. Maybe they might not sack him. And the way they were so hyped to get him, like the job,
you're right. They may not sack him, but it's still just the battle of
Who do you think is more deserving to get sacked between the 2?
Ali.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
By far.
On paper, Ole's team should be top 3.
Yeah.
It's top 3, top 4.
Arsenal hasn't had a defense in forever.
Okay. UEFA. First game, Real Club Brugge. Next game, actually, we're gonna keep that game for the last. You know. Again, that is City. It doesn't matter. Atalanta. It doesn't matter. Galatasaray, PSG. In Turkey though.
Neymar's on his thing now, dude.
Red Star Olympiacos. You need a draw.
Olympiacos is gonna win that game.
Where is it? It depends. Red Star is so hard to play there.
It's in Red Star.
It's so hard to play there.
Okay. You guys need a draw though.
But I feel like you guys need a draw for that game, but I think Olympiacos might win.
I'll say a draw. I think it's gonna be a draw that game. Lokomotiv, Atletico, Juve, Leverkusen. I low-key think this could be a surprise like draw. Even in the Allianz.
Yeah.
I think it could be a surprise draw.
I think Juve will get it done though.
Prague, Dortmund. I think Dortmund low-key fold this game. I think they're gonna win, but I wouldn't be surprised if they fold.
Dortmund.
It's away.
Dortmund wouldn't surprise me if they make like a run like to the semifinal.
Wait.
And it wouldn't surprise me if they drop out of the group, like first round out of the group league.
Semifinal. That's only 4 teams left, buddy.
Dude, like that's what I'm saying. It would not surprise me if they make it.
That would shock me. That would take me aback.
I'm telling you that the way they can score goals and how fast they can score them.
Okay. Genk Napoli, Liverpool, FC Salzburg, Zenit Benfica. Why are these games even happening? Leipzig Lyon. Okay, hold on.
Lyon.
Draw. I see a draw, but Lyon's not playing well. They had loss, draw, loss so far. The game that we really just even draw is not even enough. Valencia, Ajax. Mm-hmm. At that point, Ajax might as well just win, or Valencia might as well win, or draw.
So either way,
I need a draw. But I feel
draw.
like Ajax will. Who's home?
Valencia.
I definitely feel like it might be a draw.
But Valencia's bad. We shouldn't have lost to them.
I know.
Valencia's bad. We literally.
Ajax is actually low-key still pretty good.
Who?
Ajax,
they're
still good.
They are, yeah.
Even though they lost their 2 best players, they're still good.
Because they weren't like a team dominant. They weren't a player dominant team.
Yeah,
they were more a team.
Yeah, so their team. So it didn't matter who they had. I'm praying for a draw, but I think Ajax will win that game.
Same.
All right, let's start going to the more important games. Well, we'll start with Barcelona, Inter.
Barcelona
hasn't been playing well though.
You're right.
No. They may have Messi for that game that they're saying.
I think he's back. He'll be back.
That's next Wednesday.
Champions League, Barcelona.
Barcelona folded.
They'll be rolling.
Folded last time.
That's in the groups. That's in elimination round.
This is
knockout. They always roll through knockout.
Okay, but this is group stages right now.
No, I'm saying group stages.
My bad. Group stage, they rolled through everybody.
Yeah, but they haven't. They folded against Dortmund. It was 0-0.
When? Well, I mean, Dortmund's not a bad team, though. Yeah.
And Inter's not terrible.
Okay, so at the end of the day...
I think they can win like a 2-1.
It isn't Camp Nou, though.
Yeah, so...
I do see them winning, though.
2-1.
But they're not playing well yet.
They're not, no, yeah.
But they could still go.
Game of the week, though. Tottenham Bayern.
Who's home? Hey, is Eriksen playing?
What the fuck do I know?
No, because if he's playing,
it still doesn't matter.
No, it matters because if he plays, then that means they're losing because he doesn't show up in big games. I
thought you were saying he doesn't play well. I think either way, you guys lose.
That's the one game I actually went to watch.
This is it's definitely game of the week. Unless this, because the thing is, Tottenham likes to perform out of nowhere. It'd be like Tottenham will go like 7-game losing streak, and they'll just randomly like the day they go and play like Barcelona. That's when they're like, all right, let's start performing.
If we beat Southampton convincingly, I think we can get a draw.
Damn, you can play for a draw at home?
I think the way Bayern is playing, I think we can get a draw.
That's true.
I wanted to, because I genuinely think we will beat Olympiacos at our house. We'll a draw and then a win against Red Star, because it's hard to beat Red Star at their house, and then a loss at Bayern. I think that gets us through.
Okay.
I think that gets us through.
That's not bad. I mean, you guys still have a lot of work to do, but...
Is that all the games?
Nah, it's ours.
Oh, who do we play?
Little away.
Yeah,
I expect nothing less than 3-0. If we have Conte. If we have Conte, we can see no more than one goal, but we score a lot.
We need a clean sheet pretty soon.
The clean sheet, please, Brighton. Please, dude. Like, Brighton. Please.
Yeah. If you guys can't get a clean sheet against Brighton, I'm scared for you against them.
We can get a clean sheet against Grimsby. What's his name? Gryffindor? What's the... I don't know. All right. Is that all?
We didn't even predict Arsenal and United. We just said undecided.
Oh, yeah.
I can't predict that game.
I really can't.
I think...
Who's home again?
Flip a coin.
It's in Old Trafford. I still think 2-2.
Just for banner, I'm gonna go Arsenal. I'm gonna go Arsenal.
I don't like Arsenal winning games.
I'll say draw.
We don't need.
I'll say draw because I want to draw.
But we don't need Arsenal winning games.
I'll take a 0. I'll take a 0-0, a 1-1.
We don't need Arsenal winning any more games.
Oh man, it's been a long day.
Man, I think we've been here since 5:30. How long is this episode? This episode's 3 hours long. Okay, well. I guess that's all. Orlando, thank you so much.
Thank y'all for having me.
All right, my name is Agdina.
I'm Melvin Yagaka.
And we are Cream. We'll see you later.